strategic partnership. Now turning to 5AA sport, it is selection night for the Crows and Port Adelaide ahead of their round 22 matches on Saturday. Both sides are expected to make changes when the teams are released next hour. AFL Commission Chairman Craig Drummond was president of the Geelong board when it reportedly struck a secret deal allowing a player to take all legal responsibility for concussions. The Herald Sun reports the Cats agreed to the deal with the player 2 years ago and the agreement went to the entire board for approval. A lifeline for Liv. A new investor means the Adelaide event will go ahead for at least another year. Nestori Iracunda's deal with Portuguese giant Sporting CP has been agreed, and Australian tennis player Alexei Poprin has advanced to the third round of the Canadian Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, really big delays with the smash at Somerton Park at the moment. Diagonal Road, now Oaklands Road, delays in that whole area. Wingfield, Cormac Road quite busy at the Churchill Road intersection. Black Forest slow, South Road through Cross Road. Look out for those works at the moment at Penfield, Wammer Road near Argent Road. Camera, Chandler's Hill Road, Happy Valley. The MG4 EV Urban and affordable electric vehicle from just $31,990 drive away. Test drive at Adelaide's newest MG dealer, Adelaide City MG, Mile End South. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now checking 5AA's forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy this afternoon. Showers increasing tomorrow 19. Saturday showers and 17. Sunday rain 15. Right now it's 16 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, what Adelaide drivers need to know about Operation High Impact as our road toll climbs. Amazon's big change in South Australia, how you'll soon get your parcels faster. The new guidelines that will change prostate cancer detection forever. And could Zach Butters make a recovery in time for a potential Adelaide Oval swan song? 9 News. Your news. 9 at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Adelaide's only local sports show, the 5AA Sports Show.
Coming up, a major concussion cover-up puts the AFL on notice. We have the latest. Riley O'Brien live in studio, set to be recalled for the Crows. Plus, Live Golf to live on. We learn more with Rob Willis. And where are they now? With Heath Grundy.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, Geelong pushing that envelope again, this time on concussion of all things. Live Golf Mark II lives to fight another year with a envelope full of cash, about 350 mil. Crows to make up to 4 changes, a couple being rested. Port's biscuit barrel is empty. Timmy won't want to hear that, but it is stone motherless empty. They've got Sydney in Sydney. Campo, big show, welcome.
Thank you, mate. Yes, got a lot of interviews today, haven't we? A lot of people.
We do. It's a big show, but can I thank Leith for inviting you and I in the 4-3. Penfolds unveiled their 2022 Grange.
Release, yep.
Let me tell you, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've had a Grange. Twice I've been in the station with Leith, who's a non-drinker.
So you've never bought one?
One was my wedding 35 years ago or something, and then I had one with my father not that long ago. Mm-hmm. Everyone has a Grange story to tell, don't they?
Yeah,
I heard you've got a 1995, your premiership year.
Yeah.
Have you still got that in the cellar?
No, I bought, I bought 2. I've still got one. It was actually the 96 release, so it was the year after, so I've still got one of those. Drank the other one on Ben and Lucas's 5th birthday when we first moved back to Adelaide. Yeah. So we said, bugger it, we'll get one out. And we did that, and it was magnificent. And then the other one was the week after the grand final in 1995, John Elliott invited us, who was the president at that stage.
He liked his Grange.
He had a pretty good wine cellar, as you could imagine.
Was he a good rooster?
Excellent.
Yeah, you've always spoke highly of him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah. Well, that generation of, Richard Pratt, John Elliott, those sort of guys.
And brown paper bags.
Well, I'll keep going. That's inappropriate. But after the grand final, he opened a bottle. I can't remember. I said to Peter, I can't remember what year it was, but I reckon it was like 65 or something. Like, it was a 30-year-old bottle of wine minimum. Wow. And he opened it up. And you know the big, like, fishbowl glasses?
Oh, God.
He emptied one in there.
One of them.
And everyone went around. Now, we had Steve Kernahan, Craig Bradley. These guys are all, not well into their 30s, but 30s. Yeah. I'm 19, never drank red wine in my life. And they go, here, have a go at this. I'm there going, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Would have been a $130,000 bottle of wine.
Jesus.
So that was my first experience with probably red wine, but with Grange.
And you've never gone back. I bet you that was one bottle that didn't get tipped over Steve Kernahan's head.
No. And he didn't sting either. He didn't sting either. That was 87. He learned his lesson.
He learned his lesson. Great stories. Geelong, they struck a secret deal, you'd have to say, with a player to say he's not going to be liable for future brain injuries. In other words, waivering any potential claim or payout for a head knock. Now, this player had a history of concussions. We don't know the player's name. AFL are yet to speak. They've negotiated a new contract in that deal, assuming that legal responsibilities for any on-field brain trauma will be waived. Now that's massive for me. That is a huge thing. The best bloke to speak about it is concussion campaigner, if you like, or advocate, and he's a lawyer. We get him on the show a lot, Peter Jess.
Total disbelief how a public company can behave in this manner to its most valuable commodity, which is the players. It is unbelievable. They're not thinking about making sure that these guys have got a safe workplace. If you try and contract out their basic human rights, what you do is create a position no better than modern-day slavery.
Jesse, do you think the AFL ticked off on this?
Yep. It's got all of the hallmarks of how they deal. Unless we have the proper protective systems in place, all these diseases are preventable.
God, when he says diseases, that not ENT, CTE, and oh my God, if the AFL ticked off on this is massive. Now, Craig Drummond was Geelong's then president at the time. We're led to believe the entire board signed off at it. Craig Drummond is now the commission chairman. This is huge. This is huge.
Well, I guess we're all waiting to hear from the AFL. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, Tuggers. They said they were going to talk or do something today.
They are paddling like ducks on water.
Well, that's what I would think. I'm sort of reserving comment until we know a little bit more around the information, because we're getting bits and pieces, and I never like, because in our industry, the AFL, you get bits here and there, and then you come to a conclusion which is probably not right. So let's wait and see what it is. But if it's what they're saying and what the detail we've got now, that's awful.
So a player's signing a waiver. So the player manager, how we to let that happen? Yep. I thought all contracts went over the AFL's desk anyway. Yep. For a board to sign that off, and for the AFLPA, which have to be over it as well. I mean, this has happened. So we got a litigation lawyer on 5AA some time back. I think, Sam, was a couple of years ago. Yep. And he said this to say about signing any sort of waiver about concussion. It's Tim Downey of the Johnston Withers Lawyers.
Unfortunately, the legal description of that is you can't contract out of liability, right, or out of negligence.
You cannot contract out of liability or negligence. So the paper he signed is not worth the paper it's written on.
So why would they get him to sign it then?
Well, obviously, the board hasn't got a lawyer on there, on their board to maybe look at it. They don't know the rules. They didn't speak to Tim Downey. Now, if the Crows cop what they did for Tippett Gate and Eston for Peptide Gate, what's Concussion Gate going to cost this club?
Oh, I don't know.
This will be the biggest story this year. I'm not trying to make light of it.
Yeah.
What is the biggest issue for mitigation for the AFL right now, which they reckon could cost billions of dollars? Is it head knocks?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is every rule that we have posturing the game to being safer for head knocks?
Mm-hmm.
How many players have retired due to head knocks? And now, I mean,
there's a class action going on as well.
There's a class action now. Greg Griffin's got a number of players. A lot of those players are my ex-teammates that I speak to. It's massive. This is massive.
Yeah, it seems bizarre. Like having been in clubland, and I'm sort of trying to take myself into there and with the conversations that perhaps go on and whatever. You just wonder maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe that conversation is had between you and the player. Yep. Like if you want to keep playing, there's a liability for you if you want to keep going, but we don't want to take that. But you just think now, I mean, how long ago was it? 2 years?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. I mean, that's right in the mix of when we start talking about all the concussion and coming down harder on that stuff.
You cannot contract out of litigation. Former premiership coach for the Eagles, Adam Simpson. I love how he talks in the media. He's coming from a coach/player position.
Just feels like it's a club decision, this one. It's bigger than a coach call. So from a coach's eye, it's hard to really fathom how you'd get to the conclusion that this is a good thing to do and how it goes up the chain, whether it starts at list management, works its way around, or the player manager needs to be involved in that as well, you would have thought. So there's so many eyes it crosses. You'd think, how does it get to the point? From a father point of view and a coach point of view, I can't see how you'd accept that as the right thing to do for your son or your player.
Well, it doesn't pass any test, and I always put my business hat on. What would WorkSafe Victoria, how would they view this? And you know what they're like. So an employer getting an employee to accept all responsibility for his safety, medical care and treatment. You can't do it.
No.
I cannot believe the Geelong board. I love Geelong in an aspect. They push the envelope. Oh, my God. They live in that fine line of, you get sued above it and under it's boring. But they live in that line. You look at their history. I love how they push the envelope. But I reckon they've opened this one and stuffed a bit of cash in it. It's going to come back and bite them right on the, let me keep this clean, derriere.
Yeah,
big time, Campo.
Well, the whole conversation around WorkSafe, I mean, that's huge these days.
Well, this will be straight on WorkSafe Victoria's desk as we speak. Now, no one's talking about that, but that's the hat I put on.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I've got to live by that sort of stuff. The entire Geelong board signed off on this. Oh, my God, the chairman of the commission now was the president.
But Simo's right. The eyes where it would have started. I mean, he's right. It would have started between coach and list management around what are we going to do?
Of course it would.
What can we do with this player? Like, is it the end for him? How do we do it? And then it's worked. It would have worked its way up. And I'm not saying that the coach would have said this is what needs to happen, but they would have gone, well, how do we handle this?
Well, imagine this. This is a scenario. Are we allowed to name the player?
No, because we don't know the player.
Okay, we don't know. Well, let's wait for that. So, okay, I'm the player and I've got a history of concussion. I'm desperate to play for a club that is pretty much always in the top four. The window's open. I'm a young 26, 27, in the prime of my life, can play the game. The coach loves me. They come to me and they say to me, if you want to play, you're going to have to sign this. What do you mean? Well, you're going to have to waive your rights because you've had a lot of concussions.
That's what happened.
I'm just painting a scenario.
But it could be that the player said, I'm happy to sign and bring it forward the other way as well. So this is twofold.
Well, that's true. But I cannot believe between the AFL that has to sign off on every contract, a board of your club has to sign off on every contract and every detail, that those two things alone, and a player manager or a parent of it. Now, you've sat with your kids' contracts. I've sat with mine. Now, I have no say in it. Well, when I say say, I say, well, James, is that, is that the footy manager talks to you, his player manager talks to you. I can't believe it got through all those filters.
Well, especially the contract's one thing, but it's more the health and well-being of the player, ultimately.
So I reckon...
So if Jimmy was in the same situation, or Ben and Lucas are there, at what point are you there going, wow, mate...
this is what I think's happened.
Like, we've got to consider what the rest of your life looks like.
That's exactly right. But this is what I think's happened. I think there's a standard player contract, there's a negotiation, that's all been done and that's gone through. On the side, there's a deed, let's call it a deed. There's a sale deed between the club and the player. Just sign this, that if something does happen, we waiver it.
But
I don't reckon it's been put through
all the channels
on the player's contract.
Oh, we'll
and that's
find
why
out.
the AFL's going, holy Scheisenhausen.
But even on that, what you just put on there from that lawyer, surely they would have got some sort of legal representation around what that might look like.
I would have thought on most AFL boards,
correct,
there's a lawyer.
Yeah, there's an accountant, there's a lawyer, there's this, there's a that covers off pretty much all the
corporate governance.
Yeah.
This was talked about for a long time, for about a year or two. People were talking about players to sign waivers.
2 years ago,
and the waivers conversation's gone well out of the conversation now.
Yeah, wow. Have you say 822 300 00. If we as a club sent a fax to the wrong bloke and it got caught and all those people had those ramifications, there was peptides, this one's massive.
Does it say how it got out, Tuggers, at all?
Jay Clark did the report on the Herald Sun today. We don't know anything. Whistleblowers were involved. That's what he reported about. So there'd be people that know inside the four walls.
And that's the other thing. This industry, there's no secrets.
No, there's not.
It's crazy. There's that many people with loose lips, and I've lived through it. And with the whole camp thing.
Loose lips sink ships.
Oh,
but
boy.
in the old days, you could hide anything.
Yeah, but we're talking 40 years ago.
Yeah, well, okay, but
how many people want content? How many people want to feel important around having their opinion or throwing someone under the bus or having an influence on those sort of things?
Oh,
They're
God.
everywhere.
I liked it when you could hide things.
Or perhaps someone was genuinely worried about his welfare and they said, I'm aware of this.
Yep, and I don't feel comfortable with that. Absolutely. Yeah, that could have easily happened.
You will hear it here first. We'll keep you up to date with all of that. That is unbelievable. Crows have Richmond Saturday night at home and some selection calls. Let me whiz through them. McAndrew, does he rest? Is Rob in? We'll speak to Rob. At 5 to 6. Ball Ace, do you risk him or do you rest him? He's got hamstring awareness. Berry, one more week with that foot. Is he in? Is he out? Peatling, is he in? Is he out? Oscar Ryan and Archie Ludowick, are they in? Are they out? Laird, does he come straight back in? Campo, a lot of this is out of their hands.
Out of whose hands?
Well, the selection's hands. There's a little bit of fitness there and there's a little bit of injury.
Well, there's a couple. Well, Miller and Fogarty, one's injury, one's
they're done.
Suspension. So they're done. Laird is there going, well, is he in our best 23 moving forward?
Is he going to help us in the finals?
Barry,
make that call now, but make that call with Laird now.
Yeah, but I'm still a believer that you still need to have the squad of who you want because you need probably 26, 27.
Yep.
That you got. That's the core group that's going to take us into that.
Well, is he in your best 23? If Laird's fit, is he back? It's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a tough one because I'd have to see what the makeup of the team looks like.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to see. And as I said to you the other day as well, it's a little bit based around who are we playing? What can we take away from the opposition and what can we use as a weapon? So does Rory Laird bring enough weapons on the flip side and does he help us defensively?
Yeah.
They're the two questions they'll be asking.
Yeah, I think I'm playing Laird if Miller is in the team because Miller
you think
can
they
go.
Work together?
I think they do because Laird can mop up and handball to him.
Yep.
Laird having to do what Miller does, he doesn't because he crabs sideways and his kick's not elite. And nothing, I love the kid, but he's not a lead-off halfback. And I want to win a flag.
Yeah. So
I'm playing for
Hinge is
keeps.
back this week at the Sandful.
Well, I think he needs 2 or 3, but he's in.
He's in.
Well, I think when he's 100% fit, he's in front of Hall Canaan. Can't even say his name.
Hall Khan.
Hall Khan. Two dads. Here's Matthew Dixon, Rob.
Yeah, we've had our ruckman who's played all year, absolutely battled. Rob's been right there, ready to go every week. There's a chance, again, we will train today. There's a chance we may need to. There's a chance we might make that decision that we think that might actually help us win this game of footy. Rob's a great ruckman, has been for a long time. He rarely gets beaten, so it's a luxury that we have there if we choose to pull that one.
Okay. Port have Sydney and Sydney Saturday night. Watkins out with a hammy. Moraes 5 touches last week. Whitlock 3. Todd Marshall 6. They can make a few changes. I just think the cupboard's a bit bare. I read through their list. 10 are out for the season, another 4. That's 14. 10 of those 14 are walk-up starts. Did you hear Timmy and I talk about a biscuit barrel? Mm. When you get right down the bottom, you just get crumbs and Monte Carlos and the crap
but I didn't like that bit when you said the Monte Carlos. I'm with Timmy. Monte Carlos are good.
Cream and jam on a biscuit that's flaky and dry mouth.
Yeah.
You ever put 2 Sayo biscuits in your gob?
Not 2, 1. I don't mind a Sayo biscuit.
With a bit of cheese and gherkin
Nothing
on
wrong
it.
with that.
They're not Tim Tams, are they? No. Here's Jason Horne-Francis on his 100th.
Yeah, it means a lot. I'm grateful for, obviously getting to 100 games and having the opportunity to be able to play AFL footy is, a childhood dream and to play, your 100th, your 200th, that's another dream come true as well. And, I'm just grateful for all the support I had around me with all my family and everyone that supported me along the way and the footy club. And, everyone that's been involved has been a great support to me.
I think his next 100 are going to be special.
Hasn't he matured?
Oh.
Even the way he speaks, the way he carries himself in game, the way he can control himself. You remember when he went through that patch and Ken, where he was losing it and now you just don't see it. I mean, that's the evolution of a young player. And All-Australian, you think he's in the mix?
He would be in the squad. He'd have to. I've loved his last 5. Yeah. Imagine his next 100, Port fans. Him and Rosie together for the next 100. Stop it. And Josh Carr's coach, stop it. 8223 0000. I'll just put a caveat there. Port Adelaide, people are still texting you 15th. No, you're 15th. That's
we
where
had a great interview with Stewie Jew last night.
We did. We love it. But, the poor people are still in it. It's the Crow Show. Get stuff.
All right, 23 after 4. We're going to talk live golf very shortly as well. Some big news overnight in regards to the future and whether it will be held in Adelaide. We'll go through all of that and take more of your calls. 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. He's been the grunt in the Crows' midfield engine for years.
Strong mark there by Crouch.
And now, Matt Crouch brings his footy smarts to the 5AA Sports Show each week with Rowey and Timmy G. When you use ACET Transport Solutions, you're choosing to support local sporting clubs. Don't just send it, ACET.
Here's some great news from ACET Transport Solutions. They now have just about any type of vehicle available for your needs. Vans, utes, 1 and 2 tonne trucks, crane trucks, you name it, they've got it. And with over 20 years of experience and over 220 vehicles in their fleet, there's plenty of vehicles on deck ready for your next important delivery. And if you're not happy with your current provider, just ACET. Contact Darren, Chris and the team today at sales@acettransport.au.
Pop here. Hey, look, I just want to let you know that I'm writing my will. I know. I'm not carking it anytime soon, but thought you'd be happy to hear I'm leaving you the boat, mate.
Be like Pop. Write your legal will for free, online and done in minutes at everywill.com.au.
Every will, write your will for free.
General Tools is turning 70 and still proudly supporting Australian manufacturing and engineering. For heavy industry, they stock premium metal cutting bandsaws, plus a large range of bandsaw blades to suit. You'll also find soluble oil, metal cutting lubricants, quality measuring equipment, and the right tools for drilling, tapping, reaming, and countersinking. With expert service, competitive prices, and 70 years experience, you can trust General Tools. In store at Cavan or online at generaltools.com.au.
Rosanna Mangiarelli here on 7 News. A Port Adelaide blaze sparks evacuations over toxic smoke fears. A trail of destruction as a Tesla goes flying into a house. And inside Amazon's new parcel super hub in Adelaide's north.
There are many reasons why Steinborner Automotive is well worth a trip, with over 400 cars in stock across 10 yards in Gawler, Barossa and Clare, including Steinborner Hyundai in Uriutpa, with a great selection of the best value new demo and low kilometre Tucson, Santa Fe, i30 and Kona. Along with outstanding service from our award-winning staff, you know it's well worth a trip to Steinborner Hyundai. View our whole range of Hyundai at steinborner.com.au.
Shane from Drummond Golf, what's been happening at the West Beach driving range?
Well, plenty, Rowey. We've just added new upstairs hitting bay. And of course, there's a new mini golf.
Well, 72 holes, nothing mini about that.
And Shane, the shop's renos are nearly done too, which means all the great gear you got looks even better. Still, nothing like picking up a club and feeling it for yourself.
Exactly, Timmy. And if you're a Drummond Club member, bring the kids. They play mini golf for just $1 each. Or make it a family day out. 2 adults, 2 kids, $40 all up.
Well played, Shano. Well played.
Cheers, fellas. You're welcome anytime.
That is an amazing offer, Shane. You really can lift your game with Drummond Golf. You can trust Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
27 after 4 on this Thursday with Campo sitting in for Timmy G this week. He'll be back on Monday. We're going to take your calls very soon, 8223 0000, and get the latest on live golf, what the future looks like for it here in Adelaide. Here's traffic.
Afternoon, still seeing some delays at Somerson Park from that earlier crash, Diagonal Road near Oaklands Road. Another prank at Penfield Gardens, Little Carrefour, Buckbeard Road near King Road, and a collision at Para Hills West causing delays and dramas, Maxwell Road near Elder Smith Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown, slow Unley Road, Unley with a camera, Commercial Road, Port Adelaide. It's the 40 Winks sleep event of the year. Get up to 50% off mattresses and up to 30% off furniture, plus free local delivery for a limited time only. 40 Winks, serious about sleep. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I thought live golf was dead. If there's a tournament or a sporting event that I have just loved every year, that's the one. And I know how much you love your golf. And I was fearful that live golf was going to die on the vine once the Saudis took out their $1 billion. And I thought, this is gone. Here's the announcement. Kooyonga Golf Club is aware Now, this is a little bit flimsy. Aware of the positive announcements overnight on Live Golf. As host venue for Live Golf Adelaide in March 2027, the club's focus remains on ensuring an outstanding experience for our members, players and spectators next March. I straight away went to this. I mean, God, imagine Live Golf at Kionga. It had to happen. I reckon Kionga Golf Club, our premier in the state, have breathed a sigh of relief. I think they've got $350 million. There's going to be 5 games in the US, 5 games around the world. One of them is our Kionga, and it's been voted as the best there is. Here's CEO Scott O'Neill of Live Golf.
Fortunate that a lead investor has signed a term sheet approved by our board, which will carry and fund Live going forward. Very good news for us. We really are doubling down on this whole notion of complete, not compete. And how do we take the incredible aspects from this last 5 years and this journey we've had, and how do we move into an era of cooperation? How do we continue to open pathways for all players around the world?
Well, until it's in the tin tank. Now term sheets, an American term for basically an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, which we would use here. So until the money's in the tin tank, it's still not happened. It's good, it's positive, so they've obviously got an agreement. Yeah, we'll give you $350 million. We've got to do this, we've got to tighten up. But yeah, we love that one there, but these others are crap, and we're going to play around the PGA for 5 games. I'm going to be happy when the money's hit the bank, but right now it's positive, but it's really just a memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, it's
not over till it's over.
I wouldn't say it's like lay down was there.
No.
If you're reading between the lines.
We want it to be.
Well, we want it to be. I mean, Adelaide's been the best tournament they've had for the 3 years at Grange. Now, let's hope it continues at Kooyonga. It's going to be on a smaller scale because they don't have the, the size and those sort of things. But we're all hoping, because I'm the same. Like the weekend, the build up and all that stuff.
How good is it?
Yeah, and it's great for South Australian golfers as well, to see the best players come and play on the courses that you play. I think that's part of
I think it is. And I want to see it at North Adelaide. We're investing in that. And the Premier has
done some work.
Wow.
I drove past there because we had the OB there yesterday. And you don't really see it at night when we come in and do the footy or whatever. But when you drive around through there, there's tractors and
Have
trees.
you seen the overhead shot?
Yeah,
No.
it's
incredible.
Regardless whether Liv lives, sorry for the pun, and regardless whether we can get the Australian Open there and all of that, that is going to be the treasure of our state for years to come, North Adelaide. It's great to have those tournaments and Liv can get there, but oh my God. I've been to a few. I haven't been to a World Cup or an Olympics other than Sydney Olympics. That Liv Golf at Grange has been the best ran sporting event that I've ever been to in the world.
Adelaide 500, you like that?
I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
The Grand Prix was pretty good in the mid-80s too. Can I take that back and have a think through the break, my top 3?
It is very
But Liv
slick though,
Golf's
hasn't
up
it?
there.
Showdowns are pretty good.
Showdown's not there. Okay. All right, now it's 5.
Global versus local. It's time for the 4:30 headlines, and next we're going to speak to Billy Cootie from the Swans, and we'll also get more on the Live Golf this next half hour with Rob Willis from Inside Golf.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the news headlines. The industrial fire at Port Adelaide continues to burn. The sulphur is producing toxic smoke. Operation High Impact will kick off tomorrow. SAPOL will be targeting risky behaviours linked to fatalities and trauma on our roads. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese will meet his Vietnamese counterpart in Canberra next week. And in sport, tonight it's the Western Bulldogs and North Melbourne at Marvel. The game will be live on 5AA. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, still seeing some delays at Somerson Park from that earlier crash, Diagonal Road near Oaklands Road. Another prank at Penfield Gardens to look out for, Buckbeard Road near King Road, and a collision at Para Hills West causing delays and dramas, Maxwell Road near Elder Smith Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown, slow Unley Road only with the Camera Commercial Road, Port Adelaide. It's the 40 Wing Sleep event of the year. Get up to 50% off mattresses and up to 30% off furniture, plus free local delivery for a limited time only. 40 Winks, serious about sleep. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy down to 7 tonight. Showers increasing for your Friday, 19. Right now it's 16 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee. 5AA Breakfast.
Ned is the chief tormentor this morning.
Dean Brogan and Matt Crouch will go head-to-head in a kickoff. Oh, God.
It's a one behind, so it's Matt Crouch securing a showdown victory.
God, it's a long distance down for ruckman, isn't it? Between hand and foot. It's a long distance.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
Appreciate you guys being part of the Undue Drive. Thank you. So much money was raised this morning.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hi, this is Mel at ECH. How can I help?
Oh, well, hi there, Mel. It's Jan here. I've just got a letter about support at home and, well, it's a little bit confusing.
Yes, it can be confusing, Jan. We get lots of questions about that. Let's go through it.
Well, I don't even know where to start.
That's okay. ECH has been doing this for more than 60 years. I can explain over the phone. Or even visit in person if that makes it easier.
If you have questions about what support at home means for you, ask ECH.
There's something lovely about clearing a little space. And Norm Metals is ready to help you do just that. If you've got an old fridge in the shed, some copper piping from a reno, or a pile of scrap metal you've been meaning to deal with, don't take it for granted. When Norm Metals in Ottaway will take it for cash. Copper, brass, aluminium, stainless steel. If it's metal, there's value in it. Declutter your home and reclaim your space. Norm Metals. Cash for scrap.
Now, if you need to move from A to B to C to D this winter, your best move is hiring from Budget Car and Truck Rental.
Yeah, to get started, you'll need boxes and tape for storage and furniture covers to keep your possessions in pristine condition. Budget as you sorted.
We've used them heaps of times. God, they're good. You'll need the perfect set of wheels, and Budget's got them all. Cars, big and small, moving vans, trucks available. On a standard driver's licence, there's utes, there's hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25 seat buses and more. Oh, God, they're great.
Yeah, once you've chosen a vehicle, grab Budget's blankets and a trolley and ensure the move goes smoothly.
They do these ads, bouger. Does that sound French?
Kind of.
Yeah, Budget. Okay. Job done easy with Budget, a family-owned business with friendly staff you can count on and multiple locations across our great state.
Yeah, got something big to budget with a budget rental truck. Call 132727.
Look at your hands. 5 digits, 14 joints, 27 bones, multiple tendons and nerves, but a lot can go wrong. If you're experiencing hand pain, it can drastically affect your lifestyle. If it's happening to you, get in touch with GRIP, a specialised hand and wrist practice with a team of highly qualified hand surgeons and therapists. From therapy to surgery, GRIP can help you get to the source of the pain and provide a solution. Visit gripsurgery.com.au.
The Yamaha Pitmans Marine Mega Sale is happening now. Prices slashed on Yamaha outboards and wave runners. 7 days of mega savings only at Yamaha Pitmans Marine. August 10 to 15. It's time to go mega.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes to 5. Where are they now? Coming up at 5 o'clock with a premiership swan. Heath Grundy, Hall of Famer there in Sydney, will be joining us very soon. And Ant Andrioli from the Reds. And then team selection at 5:50 for Crows and Port Adelaide. A few question marks over a lot of Crows particularly. But we do know Riley O'Brien will come in and play. And he will join us live in the studio then as well. So you can watch on the live stream. We're on Facebook and YouTube right now.
Well, Port play Sydney in Sydney Saturday Arvo, and joining us, I love talking to Nord Guns.
You
this
are
lad
biased.
was too. Well, I am biased. Billy won our best and fairest last year, got recruited to the Sydney Swans, and now he's in the team and doing well. Billy, welcome.
G'day, guys. How you going? Thanks for having me.
How are you enjoying the AFL?
It's a very exciting and certainly something that I always dreamt of, and now I'm doing it. So it's pretty surreal, but I think I've settled in pretty well now, and it's all going really well for me up here in Sydney.
Good work. 6 games, 6 goals. You're clearly at the level. Are you confident that you are?
I think probably my third. I've played 4 games and then was out of the side after that, and I think that was really good learnings for me. And I went back to the VFL and worked really hard on my game and probably got it back to a level that it probably needs to be playing AFL, and then coming back into the side just felt a lot more connected and ready, I suppose, to be able to perform at the level. So, taking it all in my stride. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and the coaches have been awesome at helping me grow my game and get it, as I said, to a level that is AFL.
Well, it takes time. You're
sure.
predominantly up forward. What is your role? And are you getting any squirts through the midfield?
Mainly half forward,
Yep.
which, I've really enjoyed playing. I probably was more of a midfielder at state league level, but being able to grow my game and add another string to my bow playing forward has been really good. I've had a couple of little spurts when certain players have been mixed and matched to be able to go into the CB and stuff like that. So maybe in future that's something that will come my way, but I'm pretty happy up in the forward line.
Hey, Billy, it's always the conversation around draft age. We hear it all the time. You haven't done it the traditional way. You're in Melbourne, then you come over and played Samford. Do you think just being that little bit older has helped the transition in your game?
Yeah, I really do. I think I've reflected on this question a fair bit, to be honest, and I don't think I would have been ready when I was 18 years old. So being able to grow up a little bit more, go over to Adelaide, leave my friends and family back home in Melbourne, be able to do that over in South Australia and then be called up at 22 years of age, it certainly has prepared me a lot more to move away from home and find my feet a lot quicker, I think. So, I certainly think I'm much more prepared as a 22, 23-year-old now.
Well, and Sydney renowned for the environment that they've created. Any players that's taken you under their wing that's helped you settle in and helped with your game?
To be honest, they've all been amazing. I've probably gravitated a little bit towards Riley Bice, both being mature age picks, as you mentioned. Sydney have picked up a few like that, but probably from my line, Tom Papley is a super smart footballer. Probably from the outside, I didn't expect that coming in, but he's been so good at learning and helping us younger boys come through and apply our trades, teaching us, sitting down, watching vision, and doing extras with us. He's been awesome, so I couldn't thank him enough.
And so do you help him, or does he help you with your celebrations after you kick goals, or that's just more leave it to him?
I'll leave the celebrating to him. Yeah, that's fine. He can do all that.
Well, he's one of those players you just want to crack. Is he like that off the field?
Probably when you're watching, you're probably like, oh, geez, if you're the opposition, you'd hate it. And he's pretty good on the chirp too, Pat. So he makes it a lot of fun to be playing alongside him. But, yeah, I can see from an opposition's point of view, they'd probably want to bop him there.
You would do some match sim during the week, Billy. Does he carry on like that when he puts one through in match, when you do some match sim during the week, or he just saves it to the weekend?
No. When you're on his side, he's all for his teammates. So there's nothing like that week to week.
Hey, obviously a really talented list up there, the likes of Warner and Heaney. Who surprised you about how good they are in terms of, one, their on-field performance, but how they prepare during the week?
We've got so many guns up here, to be honest. Isaac, Chad, Brody's the ultimate professional as well. Probably those three, just how they go about it. Isaac's probably arguably the best footballer I've ever seen. So, I think him, Chad's change of speed and change of direction is unbelievable. And then Brody, the way he prepares, even his mental game's unbelievable. He's process-driven and that kind of thing. He's taught me a lot in that space. So they're three that I'm very in awe of. And then Errol coming back, I've just seen a couple of games of his, but he's unbelievable as well.
What's his nickname, Errol?
Ez.
Okay.
That's vanilla.
That's about it.
Yeah. Come on, Billy, get something better than that.
I would have thought Errol Flynn, Flynn.
Pardon?
That should be his nickname, because Errol Flynn's the most famous one, and it was always in our day, Flynn.
Maybe a few like that, but probably some I can't say on air as well.
No, good boy, Billy. Good boy. Hey, you got Port. They play a super defensive brand of game. God, they crack in and they can bring the heat. They just lack a little bit of talent across the park to hit the scoreboard. What are your tasting notes, so to speak, or your scouting notes on Port?
Port are sneaky good. I think they probably haven't won the amount of games that they probably would have liked, but they've got some superstars right across the board. So there's certainly no easy beats. We know that. Jason Horn-Francis in the middle, Alir behind the ball, Georgie Arden's up forward, and Jordan Sweet's in great form as well. So I think they've got key pillars in some really good spots. So they're probably the guys that we need to focus on and beat. And then I think our game can stack up against anyone. So if we can get our game going, I think that'll go a long way to winning the game too.
You got Port, Eston North. You can't help as a footballer to think, wow, we're going to finish top 2. We've got finals. We're a chance for the flag. That must excite you too, Billy, because being in a team's 9/10 of the law, someone's got to top you out. You keep doing what you do and you stay in there. It's an exciting month ahead for you, Billy.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting that I'll maybe have a chance to be playing some AFL finals footy. It's awesome playing Sandford finals footy, but I'm wrapped to be in a position that might happen at AFL level. So I think, it's awesome that we've locked away, we're not going to be playing in that wild card, which could be pretty daunting. So, but we're still fine-tuning our game for finals. So we want to be able to do it against the best of the best. So we've still got a lot to work on in that space. So we're just preparing for that.
No, well done. Starts this week. Finish the season well. A big month ahead. September looms. Billy, thanks for your time and well done.
No worries, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. Love talking to you.
Yeah, well done. Billy Curdy, he's a ripper. God, he had a good year last year.
Yeah, well,
no surprise he was picked up.
Yeah, no, super year. And he's done well. He's kicked back-to-back 2 goals the last 2 weeks coming in. So he's in good form. And as you said, it was a question I was going to ask him, but you went there. Possession's 9/10 of the law. So heading into a final series, playing well, doing his role, he's going to be an important part to that group.
He has genuine AFL attributes. And you always talk to me about that. You can see a player. No. He's made for this game, and he is. Billy Cootie, our guest.
Yeah, it's 4:45. Let's check traffic.
At Somerson Park, crash clearing Dargdale Road near Oaklands Road, Penfield Gardens, another collision, Buckby Road near King Road, and Para Hills West to Praying near Maxwell Road near Eldersmith Road getting cleaned up. Slow going South Road, Edwardstown, busy right now. The Britannia roundabout at Rose Park heading outbound towards Greenhill Road with the camera at Gloucester Avenue at Belair. Every minute of every day, a child is admitted to hospital. Your monthly donation to Starlight brings happiness when it's needed most. Donate at starlight.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Hey, it's Jordan Dawson here, captain of the Adelaide Football Club. You wouldn't change your team, so why change your neighbourhood? If your home's seen better days, Sterling Homes can knock it down and build you something that suits your life today. Subdivide and sell one, keep both, or just start fresh on your block. Sterling Homes are the knockdown, rebuild specialists. Same location, brand new home. To find out more, talk to Sterling Homes today.
Open the door and win your way in. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is back. Get your tickets now for the $4 million grand prize in Somerton Park. Ease into a single-level sensation from Scott Salisbury Homes, featuring a professionally landscaped backyard, heated pool straight from a resort, with room for the family and then some. And it includes $100,000 cash. Allow yourself a little hope. Get your tickets now at homelottery.com.au. Licence M15011.
Catching up with family and friends at home is always a special time. Preparing fresh, tasty food is equally important. Make life easy with a welcome hand from your local Barnacle Bill. Less time in the kitchen means more time with family and friends. Barnacle Bill's variety of nutritious, delicious food is ready for pickup or delivery. And remember, it's Barnacle Bill for seafood. And much, much more.
For over 45 years, Statesman Windows, a third-generation South Aussie family-run business, has helped home renovators and builders bring design, charm and natural light into their homes. With industry-leading turnaround times, Statesman Windows continues to offer value for money, backed up by great service and advice right across Metro and regional South Australia. For windows when and where you want them, call Statesman Windows.
Windows when and where you want them.
Introducing
Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
At Drummond Golf, the passion for the game doesn't stop at the counter. Introducing the Drummond Club, Australia's biggest membership for every type of golfer. For a one-time fee of just $39.95, you'll unlock lifetime benefits including store-wide discounts, monthly specials and loyalty vouchers on the biggest brands. There's also exclusive deals at selected golf courses and driving ranges across Australia. Lift your game with the Drummond Club at Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 11 minutes to 5 here on this Thursday night. Team selection exactly 1 hour away. Riley O'Brien will join us in the studio. He's set to return for the Crows, which is a big call, and he'll give Lockie McAndrew a little rest. We'll see what else changes for them and Port Adelaide. Ayrton Andrelli from the Reds very soon, and Heath Grundy's our Werrana now at 5.
Well, Live Golf Mark 3, or Mark 2, I should say, survives, lives to fight another day. From Inside Golf, we've got editor Rob Willis. Rob, thanks for your time.
Oh, good, boys. Good evening.
So is it Hallelujah, beers and champagne and Grange Hermitage? What is it? Is this real? Is this real?
I wouldn't be quite popping the corks quite yet. They've given everybody a little bit of hope that Liv's going to survive, but the CEO, Scott O'Neill, I think he did a press conference yesterday. He assured everybody that it's going ahead without giving any concrete details about how it's going to look or what sort of fund. There's going to be funding, or so he says, but where it's coming from, he hasn't quite revealed yet. So, as I said, don't pop the champagne corks yet. There's hope, but I don't think everything's finalised.
Okay, and the big thing on the back of that is the players. Are any of the players getting wobbly?
Yeah, I think a few are, especially the guys like John Rahm, who's owed a lot of money, and obviously from the Saudis, the PIF fund, who originally funded this Live Golf Tour, and they're disappearing. So they were the ones that promising John Rahm all this money. I think if he doesn't get it, he'll be asking some questions of where it's going to come from. And if you lose a bit of star power in Rahm, DeChambeau, hopefully, our own Cameron Smith is talking. He's pretty solid and he's going to stick around. But if they lose some star power, Liv's in a bit of trouble. So it's watch this space. There was some positivity about the way they spoke yesterday, but it's still watch this space, I think, as to what the future holds.
Is it the format that is the success? Well, certainly in Adelaide, it's going to be in Kooyonga. We know the success of it, Rob, at Grange. Or is it the quality of the players, or is it the quality of golf? What makes Live Golf the success that we know it to be here that's going to be the future? It can't be about money, because if it's about money, it's brown bread, Rob.
Yeah, correct. And that's part of the problem. I think it has, in some of the venues that they go to, have nowhere near the success that we have, or you guys have down there when you host the event in Adelaide. That's their flagship event, with the crowds that they get, the excitement that it generates, just the benefit to the local community financially. It's a great week down in Adelaide. But it's not always like that where Liv travels to. So that's the challenge, to try and build the events up to be similar to what you achieve down there. But it is in Australia, the success is that we don't often see the quality of players that Liv attracts down there to that event. We saw how popular Rory McIlroy was at the Australian Open, and it's a similar thing with DeChambeau and Rahm and Cam Smith and the supporting cast that goes to Liv every time they come to Adelaide. So if you lose a few of those, the quality of golf will still be there, but the names won't be there, and whether that attracts the galleries, that's the challenge.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my question, Rob. How different is it going to look? Clearly less tournaments, only 10, and less players. I just don't understand how it's going to work.
Yeah, well, I can't quite understand that either. The problem being, again, for a lot of those guys, some of them out, Lucas Herbert, the Australian guy, Elvis Smiley, Cam Smith, they've all qualified to play. They can play in Europe throughout the year and keep their games going, but 10 tournaments is not many golf tournaments for a guy that would normally, but these guys would normally play probably 30 weeks of the year. So 10 isn't really enough to keep their games in any shape. So, like you, I don't know how that's going to work for the majority of the field who really have nowhere else to play except on live. So that's going to be the challenge as to how those guys keep in shape and keep their level of golf up to a good standard.
Well, and the other thing too, Rob, and I don't have to tell you, is the how they go about getting back or accepted back onto the other tours is also the next phase of it all.
It certainly is. As far as the PGA Tour, it is, because there's a lot of guys that resisted the urge of taking that guaranteed money that Liv was throwing around at the start. And now the guys that did take it who want to come back, well, the guys that stayed are saying, well, hang on, there needs to be some penalty. We stayed loyal. These guys jumped ship. There's got to be some sort of penalty or price they've got to pay before they come back. So, they won't all waltz back in, that's for sure. There's going to be some guys that are saying, hang on a minute, it's not quite that easy. Let's wait and see how it all works out. But yeah, it's all up in the air. As I said, they're talking a good game. 10 tournaments is good, but is it enough? And hopefully, your premier down there has probably done a good job in that he's hedged his bets a little bit by going into bed with the Australian Golf Union and securing the Australian Open on the new course that he's building down there in North Adelaide. So he's not so much dependent on Liv because he's got some tournament golf coming up as well. But it's an interesting situation and how it's all going to pan out.
He's a smart man.
Well, the two guys that look like absolute geniuses at the moment, Rob, Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed, they have absolutely cashed in, got what they needed to do, and now they've jumped back on the other two tours.
100%. Brooks Koepka, and he hasn't played great this year, but he took the money, you're right, on Liv's, gone back to the PGA Tour. He's sort of paid his penance where he couldn't play in a lot of the bigger events he missed out on this year, but he'll be okay to play those next year. And, a lot of the guys will have to suffer probably a worse fate than what he did, having to just sit out the selected events so far this year.
Well, the PGA, let's face it, never supported Liv. They treated them as backdoorers. And now PGA and the Asian Tour have taken their money, which was a big backer for Liv. So that's another nail in the coffin, Rob.
It is. Because the Asian Tour was sort of backing Liv, that a lot of the boys, as I said, because they don't play as many tournaments on Liv as they do PGA Tour, they were playing some events in Asia with the backing of the Asian Tour. They were happy to have them because it was boosting the profile of their events. But now the Asian Tour is somewhat of a feeder tour to the DP World Tour or the European Tour, which then is a feeder to the PGA Tour. So that's going to be interesting, the dynamic there on how that works as well. So, as I say, no champagne corks yet for Liv. They're on life support, I think, but they're hopeful that they might survive. But let's watch this space again for the next couple of months, I'd say.
So is there a long-term future for Liv, do you think, or this is just a stay of execution if they can get the 350 mil?
I just don't know how that they're going to secure. A lot of the guys, great players, as in Westwood, Graham McDowell, Ian Poulter, they're all edging up towards 50. Some of them are already 50. So they're going to have to try and attract some new, exciting talent. And how they're going to do that in the state they're in at the moment is their challenge, And Australian galleries aren't going to turn up to watch players that they don't know. They can go down the street and watch our own young talent play rather than worry about guys coming from overseas that they don't know. So that's the challenge, how they're going to keep bolstering their fields and keep people excited and interested to watch them play.
Last one, Robin, we thank you for your time, editor of Inside Golf. Do you know rhyming slang?
Yes.
Do you think Liv Golf is brown bread?
Yeah, I probably do. I think they might survive 1 year, but I can't see they've got a long future ahead of them. I just can't see it.
Yeah, they're toast. Thanks for your time, Rob.
Thanks, boys. All the best.
Rob Willis. It's a shame, isn't it? Let's just get one Kooyonga and one out at North Adelaide and then toast it.
You'll get one at Kooyonga. I'm not sure you'll get one at North Adelaide.
No, it's done. It's done.
Well, 2027 March is a long way away, let alone 2028 in North Adelaide. It's
I'd like
time
to
for
get
the
one
news.
at North Adelaide, but
It would be nice, but it would be a big challenge.
Get Australian Open instead.
Done.
Be better.
We've got that.
And we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We do for the next 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Heath Grundy is our Where Are They Now? He's after the 5 o'clock news.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
You now have more ways to get care, from urgent care clinics and virtual care to immediate mental health support. And if it's an emergency, our emergency departments are always here when you need them. Visit wheretogetcare.sa.gov.au. A message from the Government of South Australia.
It's Will and Stacey here. Missed out on our 5AA breakfast show? We'll catch up on the David and Will with Stacey podcast via the 5AA player app.
Kangaroo Island. It's best enjoyed exploring stunning beaches, secluded and at one with nature, reconnecting and spending quality time together. Fall in love with the great outdoors, unpretentious, unexpected, untamed. Experience Kangaroo Island unfiltered. Book your self-drive getaway now at sealink.com.au.
Agostino, Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawsons Lakes are in the spirit of giving, especially when it comes to the Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990. And if you've got a roadworthy trade-in, they'll give you $2,000 off the price. T's and C's apply.
How good's that? So go get a dump from the wrecker, put it on the back of a truck,
well, I
drop
think
it
that
off
would be part of the terms and conditions.
to Cav.
To be in some sort of condition.
They're always giving great service. Oh, I love this team. Look, everyone knows that. Great finance, great trade-ins, great range. And if they say they're going to do something, they'll do. Just test Cav out.
Yep. Don't miss the opportunity to get behind the wheel of a new Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990, plus get a 10-year warranty and a 10-year capped price servicing as well.
That's a cracker of a car too, that Mitsubishi Outlander ES. Do it. Don't forget your trade-in as well. Get into Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lake.
Introducing Marook, the latest masterpiece from Selector Homes. This stunning two-storey pole-frame home features 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, offering open and spacious living areas. Marook is perfect for riverfront, seaside and hillside properties. Enjoy the decking beneath the main roof, ideal for outdoor relaxation. Selector Homes embrace innovation, utilising the latest building materials. Visit selectorhomes.com.au or visit their display centre at Burton.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy down to 7 tonight. Showers increasing tomorrow 19. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. It's been all hands on deck at an industrial fire in Port Adelaide today. 15 fire trucks, including specialist hazmat and aerial appliances, dealing with the dangerous inferno at a fertiliser plant on Moonta Road. The shed going up in flames, housing more than 30,000 tonnes of sulphur. At least one worker has been transported to hospital.
Going for an offensive attack, looking for one casualty, who we believe is in a excavator.
We're trying to find this vehicle through the smoke.
That's MFS Radio. Thanks to 7, the 1 kilometre exclusion zone remains in place. An ever-increasing road toll has prompted a new SAPOL blitz. Operation High Impact, the Fatal 5, starts tomorrow. Superintendent Shane Johnson says the risky behaviour from motorists causing carnage on our roads is what they'll be targeting.
These collisions are caused by drivers who speed, and drivers and passengers that fail to wear their seatbelts, and by drivers who drink and drug drive, drive distracted or take risks and drive dangerously on our roads.
Media won't be allowed to attend a parole hearing for Bodies in the Barrels killer James Vlasakis next week. It'll be held behind closed doors on Wednesday after a ruling by Parole Administrative Review Commissioner David Lovell. He says it's consistent with the procedure adopted by the previous commissioner. If released, 46-year-old Vlasakis would be the only serial killer in the world to be granted parole. Uber drivers and dog walkers would be among the migrants banned if One Nation were to win government. More from Nelson Scott.
One Nation has laid out more of its migration agenda, promising mass deportations of illegal immigrants and reiterating calls to cap Australia's annual intake at 130,000. Leader Pauline Hanson also believes some migrants are scamming the system and many low-skilled workers shouldn't be getting visas. Senator Hanson says she doesn't care if this hurts some businesses.
Why bring in so many people that don't fit the needs that we want?
Acting Prime Minister Richard Marles argues there needs to be a sensible discussion around migration.
Migration obviously plays a really significant part in our economy.
Australia's migration rate has started to come down, but there are concerns infrastructure still can't cope with the number of people coming in.
The federal government says its new e-bike regulations have the support of the states and territories. Labor has tasked the ACCC with developing a national safety standard for e-bikes and other battery-powered devices. The move will ban retailers from selling high-powered or super-fast bikes. Assistant Competition Minister Andrew Lee says it will improve safety on our roads.
This new safety standard, which is supported by states and territories, is going to be an important step forward in ensuring that the bikes that are sold in Australia are compliant with a clear safety standard.
Now turning to 5AA sport, and Adelaide could rest a host of players, including Lachie McAndrew, for its match against Richmond at home on Saturday night. The squad will be announced later this hour. While Port have an away game in round 22, they'll go head-to-head with the Swans in Sydney. Geelong has been named as the club which struck a secret deal with a current player, putting responsibility for future concussions back on the footballer. The Herald Sun reports the Cats agreed to the deal 2 years ago and the agreement went to the entire board for approval. Craig Drummond, who is now the AFL Commission chairman, was president of the Geelong board at the time. St Kilda coach Ross Lyon isn't shocked.
And I was sort of aware it was coming because I think the AFL got a whiff of it and reached out to all clubs. Is that you? So it's certainly not us.
Pre-season continues for the Adelaide 36ers. New coach Trevor Gleeson is aiming for the top.
No one's got any more higher expectations than I do. You know, we've got to do the work. Adelaide had a great year last year. It was a phenomenal year, a great run, just finished short. Where last year's done, it's flushed, it's over. We've got a new challenge of getting to the top of the mountain. We're not there yet. We're starting to do our work now and we'll see how the journey goes.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Delays clearance an earlier smash at Somerson Park, Dargden Road near Oaklands Road. Penfield Gardens, a crash there. Buckby Road near King Road. And Para Hills West, another collision getting sorted. Maxwell Road near Elder Smith Road. Slow South Road, Edward Sound busy. Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North with a camera. Days Road, Regency Park. Want a bag quality for less? Head to Audi. They do things differently to keep prices low, which means you can save on your weekly shop. That's an Audi price. Audi, good different. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy down to 7 tonight. Showers increasing tomorrow 19. Saturday showers 17. Sunday rain 15. Right now it's 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, what Adelaide drivers need to know about Operation High Impact as our road toll climbs. Amazon's big change in South Australia, how you'll soon get your parcels faster. The new guidelines that will change prostate cancer detection forever. And could Zach Butters make a recovery in time for a potential Adelaide Oval swan song? 9 News. Your news. 9 at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
Honey, have you seen my shirt?
It's on the ironing board. Kids, charge your phones, please.
This everyday slice of life is powered by Solar Power Direct, providing solar and home battery storage to families all over South Australia. With Solar Power Direct, life goes on. Visit South Australia's largest renewable energy showroom at 314 Torrens Road, Croydon Park. solarpowerdirect.com.au.
Are mum and dad considering retirement living? If they sell the house, what happens to their pension? What are the tax implications? McGain Real Estate have specialist advisors ready to sit down for a chat. Contact McGain today. McGain.com.au.
Get the fruit trees you want at Garden Grove. Come and explore a huge range of citrus, fruit and nut trees, dwarf varieties, ornamentals and many more. Get the great advice you need and everything you want at Garden Grove. Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove.
Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, the garden that I
Phone
want.
8251 1111 for delivery to all areas. Open 7 days.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
The 5AA Sports Show.
Still to come, where are they now? With Swans Hall of Famer Heath Grundy. Riley O'Brien in the studio as team selection drops at 5:50. Plus Adelaide United coach Anton Andrioli and AFLW coaches Glenn Strawn and Courtney Cramey.
Rowey and Timmy G.
The 5AA Sports Show.
And 8 minutes after 5 on this Thursday. Lots to come this hour. We love your calls as well. 8223 0000 is the number. Get involved with the program. Campo in with Rowey. And right now, all thanks to Walco at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover. It's time for this.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
Well, Dean Cox is a rookie elevation success story. My next guest is exactly the same. He's a third-round rookie pick to Sydney, and it's a success story that I'm that proud of, this lad. 256 games for Sydney, a 2012 premiership player. Above all of that, as reliable as the day's long. And you love those players. You love playing with those sort of players. I speak of Heath Grundy. Heath, welcome.
Rowey, Scott, how are you, boys?
Congratulations on a terrific career. I haven't bumped into you a lot. I think I bumped into you last time at the Nord Hotel, this gather round. A wonderful career, Heath.
Yeah, thanks, Rowey. It was good to catch up, mate. It's been quite a while, so I think we were crossing the road there and I saw a familiar face. That was good to catch up. But yeah, it's been a good run over the years, and
good on you.
Sort of look back and it's been good times and good memories.
Are you home? Where are you now? Are you here?
No, I'm still in Sydney. I've got 3 boys and a wife, so we're pretty settled up here now. So 20 years on, and it's goes quickly, as you know.
Are you in the game? What's your profession? What do you do?
I'm actually working in real estate finance under at the current chairman's business, MA Financial. So moved on to a few different chapters, but it's been a good shift. Obviously, a big change, but
good on you.
Yeah.
Let's go back. You were a terrific junior for Modbury, certainly for us at Nord. Underage, stayed under 16s and 18s. You had a terrific junior career, travelled to Ireland for the Australian team. You're probably always destined to play AFL, but, you know, to get to your AFL draft year and get overlooked in the draft. Tell us about your junior days, Heath.
Yeah, look, I had a reasonable sort of run through my junior sort of 16s and 18s state championships and played some pretty good both bottom age and at my direct age, and had a reasonable sort of run through both those championship periods. And as you said, I got overlooked over the draft. I was at the time sort of picked to go relatively early and got completely swiped. So that was a good reality check for me, and knew that I could stay at Norwood and get some exposure to some senior footy under Gary McIntosh, which was fantastic. And I guess playing SANFL footy at the time, the standard of SANFL footy was quite a lot higher than coming up potentially to Sydney and playing in the Canberra League at those times. So another year of development was probably beneficial, and matured a little bit and played on some bigger bodies. So it worked quite well.
Well, I thought you were just a genuine footballer. You had high IQ, super competitive, very beaten. You never fumbled. What was the knock from those 18 clubs to be overlooked and then get picked up in the third round of a rookie list? Can I, just so you know, Campo, I coached young Heath out at Norwood's under 17s.
We had a real bias today. We had Billy Cootie on as well, Heath. So we've got a real Norwood flavour tonight.
Well, he's a terrific kid.
Yeah, he's a terrific kid. Did you have flat feet? What was the knock? They didn't think you were quick enough, did they?
Oh, I think it was known I wasn't. I think I retired knowing I wasn't quick enough. But,
256 games later.
Look, there was always that piece, I guess, that they always questioned my fitness and my ability to. I guess the game's was always evolving, getting faster, and that was always a bit of a dark shadow over me. So I was very fortunate that Sydney gave me the opportunity, and certainly when I came to Sydney, my fitness level was something that I had to work on. So, clubs probably weren't wrong to some degree. But I really focused on that and then became, I guess, one of the, for my size, I was probably, had the ability to run with, the Nick Reitwaltz and Travis Clopes and those types. So it took a couple of years to get there, but eventually I found my groove and then I guess it became a strength of mine to some degree.
Oh, you were the perfect fit for Sydney.
Well, when you got picked up, Heath, you went there. You speak about Phil Mullen. He was the player welfare manager, and interstate players need that support, and going to Sydney, which is a non-traditional footy background, you built a really good connection with him, and then he eventually became your manager.
Yeah, well, Phil. I remember Phil coming to my place as a 17-year-old and introducing themselves and having a chat, and then talking about the move coming to Sydney. And he was fantastic, and so many players within that time, just grabbed to Phil because he was just like a second father figure. He put a lot of time in to build his relationships with his players, and after a period of when he left the club, he took on a managing piece, and I just felt comfort because he was someone you could really trust. And players like Barry Hall and Paul Kelly and Tony Lockett were very close to him. So it was a familiar face that a lot of the long termers from Sydney had real trust in and belief in that he had the best the players' best interest at heart.
Well, and you went over, you started in the reserves, as you said. You played in 2005. You eventually got your debut in 2006. You played against the Tigers. You kicked 3, but you played most of the season, got tipped out round 21. Disappointed not to be part. I mean, clearly you wouldn't be involved in a winning grand final, and you did, but that 06 grand final, you missed out?
Yeah, it was, look, in hindsight, I think I got dropped just before the finals for Nick Davis, and having sort of Nick Davis's performance, against Geelong in the prelim, it's probably not a bad call, to be honest. So, but look, I got some good exposure, and it gave me, 05 we won. I wasn't a part of. I was sort of pretty new to the club. 06 you get a taste, so it puts a bit of fire in the belly, and then all of a sudden, probably prematurely, we were back in the grand final in 2012 and had a win as well. So, look, no complaints. It's all learning and it's all experience, and you just got to find your way. And I wouldn't change it looking back.
Well, and you started forward, but you played most of your junior footy back and a little bit forward as well. What was the conversation between you and Rowey, and then ultimately you and Horse when he took over, about going down back instead of playing forward?
There wasn't a lot of talk about it at the time. I think it was more timing with the list and positions available that worked. I know Craig Bolton and obviously Leo at the time were sort of getting towards the back end of their careers, and we just needed a bit more height down back just to fill those positions when they'd sort of finished up. So that's kind of, I think, was the main driver, and they just let me. And to be honest with you, it let me play sort of more freely. I could just find my niche down there, and it worked really well. And sort of after starting down there, I never really looked back going forward.
We played him back.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned Craig Bolton. How much of an influence was he back there?
Look, the boys were great. Getting exposure playing with Leo and Craig and, Ty Kennelly and those guys was fantastic. Craig was he played undersized heavily, so, he had all the tricks in the book to pass on, and was a great mentor through that period.
Tell us about the Bloods culture. You lived it, and it grew through Rowey and then transferred through to Longmire. Yeah,
look, it's a hard one to explain. And you can it's a passing of the baton type thing. The expectations and the standards within the four walls and what's expected is certainly driven by the coaching staff and the leaders. So as an 18-year-old, it probably was really established probably a couple of years prior to me starting, more that 2002, 2003, and I came in sort of the end of 2004. So it was really a new driven thing from Stuart Maxfield and the leadership at that time, and certainly the standards were set pretty high, and the expectations of players and how you go about it. And that certainly evolved over that period of time to when I finished, and it's probably a little bit different now. But the foundations of that and what the expectations are fundamentally the same.
Yeah. We had John Longmire on last night. He's got a book out, his autobiography. God, it was a great chat. You could just see the magic of this man. His communication was just outstanding. He had a couple of photos in the book, and one of them, and he spoke about one of his favourite nights ever was when he invited you, Nick Smith, Kieran Jack, Jared McVeigh on your retirement to go out and have a dinner. It was a good night. Can you remember that night and just give us some words or two about the big horse?
Yeah, I do remember that night fondly. It's we all retired within the same year. We played, combined, hundreds of games of footy together, and they were And when you're playing, you're sort of in the moment a lot of the time, and your relationship with the coach is very footy orientated, and then to be able to sit down at the end and really share a special night all together and reminisce on what the good times were and the funny moments was fantastic. So it's a fond memory with all of us. And then I guess talking horses are I mentioned this the other day to someone. Because a lot of people ask what was horses' thing, like what makes them really good, and you touched on communication. His ability to relate and connect with players was obviously a strength. But I think he had a really, and I said this to him, which I never told him when I was playing, but on reflection, I mentioned to him. I said, I think his real strength was his ability to really grasp what players needed within not only game day, but the ebbs and flows of the week and the ups and downs and the emotions, and he really understood and had a real good sense of when we needed a bit of a clip and a bit of a push, and then he knew when to let the players control it and do their part. So that was certainly his strength.
You missed 06. You played in 2012. I might get to that. He had 1 flag and 4 losses as a coach. How many losing grand finals did you play in?
Yeah, so I won 2012, and then obviously 14 we got a bit of a cook from Hawthorn, which was a tough day, and then 16 against the Bulldogs.
That's the one that he said.
That's when he said that was the one that probably thought that they
he loses
sleep over that one. That he should have thought you should have won that one.
Yeah, look, Hawthorn better on the day, clearly better on the day, and essentially smacked us in 14, and then the one for 16 really hurt because we were all but there. The Doggies were obviously on a high. They won some pretty tough games away through the final series, so they were sort of destined to some degree, but it probably could have gone all either way right up until 10, 15 minutes to go. So that one was pretty disappointing. We probably didn't quite have weighted numbers, but we're all but there.
Yeah, they're bloody hard to win, Heath, as you know. When you get there, you want to try and get them win. 2016 was probably your best year. It came, I think, runner-up in your BNF. And you played on some of the greats through that era, Rowey. Nick Rewalt, Jonathan Brown, like the biggest and best forwards. Which one was the one that just sort of kept you up a little bit the night before?
Look, before Buddy came to Sydney, I was quite relieved we picked him up, actually.
Yep.
I played on him. I actually didn't play on him a lot when I was sort of middle of my career. I played on him a bit younger. But you get asked this question quite a bit, and the good forwards on any given day is so driven by how your team's performing. But obviously, the Jonathan Browns, Nick Rewalt was an unbelievable player at his best. One that troubled me a bit was Jack Rewalt. He always I found him quite tough. He was quite agile around the high ball, which I like because plant and take the body. So that was always one that challenged me a little bit. But yeah, look, they're all like Cloak at times. Was Cloak had a period where he was the best forward in the comp with Collingwood. And Josh Kennedy from West Coast was an unbelievable player. Being 6'6" and below 100 kilos, he was pretty versatile.
Well, consistency and from a coaching perspective is important, but also availability is really important. How's this, Rowey? Between 2009 and 2018, Heath played the most games of any AFL player through that period. That's an unbelievable achievement. Was that clearly a little bit of luck, but your preparation was obviously at the level?
I didn't actually know that, but yeah. Look, I always you're probably the same, boys. Once you're playing, you always want to play. And I always wanted to be there every week, and I hated sitting in the stand and watching. But I look back, and sometimes I wonder whether that was I pushed through quite a lot of injuries and things through finals and stuff. But sometimes I probably could have gone, take a week or take 2 weeks, sort of late in the season, and I might have had a little bit more longevity through my career, but.
So you wouldn't have been happy with the memo that the AFL sent out the other day about resting players before the finals? I
know. It's an interesting one. At the time, you never want to miss, but occasionally you go, you know what, there's probably a game there that I probably shouldn't have played, and it might have given me a bit more time. But no, it's the way it goes. And
can Sydney win it, Heath?
Yeah, absolutely. They're sitting second. There's that sort of dark cloud on the grand final performances, but I think the boys are past that. Obviously, Coxie's a fresh face. The way they've been playing, they were pretty rapid in the first half of the season and looked really dominant. And clubs have probably stifled that a little bit now, but they've also been able to, find different speeds to play the game and still get results. So it makes them a lot more unpredictable. They've got good balance through forward, back and mid, so they can definitely do it.
Well, along with Martin Pike and King O'Taylor, one of Norwood's great success stories, probably the best number 39 Sydney will ever have. That was his number, 39, I remember that. A great career, a great teammate, there's no question. And a better bloke, Heath. Congratulations on your career and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Well done. Heath Grundy, unheralded. Third round, so a third round rookie list. So you think about it, your draft year, every club oversees you, then another every club oversees you. Well, most have a rookie pick. To do what he's done, unbelievable.
Well, and on the back of a pretty stellar, junior, 16 to 18. You couldn't fault the resume, what he produced there.
I coached him for 2 years out at the Norwood's under-17s. He was by far the best footballer. Best footballer, but nearly the worst athlete. Jono Ross, people remember him. The Crows picked him up. And I remember James Fantasia ringing me. You got Jono Ross and you got Heath Grundy. I said, freaking hell, mate. Get Heath Grundy. He is unbelievable. He reads the flight of the ball in the air. Jono ran under it. I don't want to knock Jono. He's out there. Crows picked up Jono Ross, Heath Grundy, legend. Footy IQ. You can stick the athlete up my
There he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Footballer or athlete. I'm telling you, always pick the footballer. Because you know what he did? He got himself fit after 2 years. He understood he needed to be an athlete, worked his guts off, and he's been the footballer. An athlete can't learn to be a footballer.
Correct. I agree.
Always pick the footballer. Heath Grundy, our guest.
Now, where are they now? It's SA's biggest cover-up. Walco's mesh pool cover keeps leaves and debris out of your pool all year round, and because it's pulled super taut, it never sags. It looks great. Ask Walco about their mesh pool cover. Let's check your traffic.
Ending there, most of those delays have gone from that earlier crash at Somerton Park to Argden Road near Oaklands Road. Getting busy for the drive home Belair Road as you're driving through Blythewood and Torrens Park. Sluggish at the moment, Marion Road at the Oaklands Road intersection just near Mitchell Park there. And look out for those works at West Beach, Burbridge Road near Glegowie Streets. Cameras, Days Road, Regency Park and Eastern Road at Happy Valley. Want safer roads for all Aussies? Search Amy Driver Awards and learn how you can become a safer driver. Lucky with Amy. Eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. He's one of the most decorated AFL players in recent history.
Bartel.
Catch Cats Premiership legend Jimmy Bartel talking footy each week with Rowey and Timmy G. Thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company. SA family owned and operated since 1980.
Hi, Matt Crouch here. Feeling the pinch at the petrol pump? With fuel prices on the rise, now's the perfect time to drive smarter with budget car and truck rental. Our growing fleet of hybrid vehicles helps you go further, using less fuel and with the comfort and reliability you expect. Whether it's a weekend away, a work trip, or you just need a car for a few days, Budget has hybrid options ready to go. Drive more, spend less on fuel. Budget car and truck rental. 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
It's landed at Mawson Lakes Mazda. The next generation Mazda CX-5. Built for wherever life leads, the CX-5 has it all. And right now, there's even more choice with run-out prices on selected current generation CX-5 models. No gimmicks here at Mawson Lakes Mazda, just the best customer support. However life leads you, there's a Mazda CX-5 ready to take you there. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
It is, without a doubt, next to my wife's house, the best Beechwood home yet. Nah, beats Jody's. Jody's was crap. We sold it. It's a brand new era for Beechwood Design. It's now revealed in Craigieburn Farm, the multi-level stunner is a masterpiece of innovation, luxury and style. Timmy and I went through it. Gobsmack is the only word I can say.
Inspired by the glamour of Palm Springs in California, this Caliente is designed for entertaining and effortless relaxation. Perched on the high side, it offers breathtaking views, multiple indoor and outdoor living spaces, and a show-stopping pool.
If you're looking to get a builder, just go out there. I mean, there's great builders in Adelaide, but this one is a boutique, custom-made builder. I can't speak highly of them. Prefer to stay in or lounge by the fireplace, savour a bottle from the climate-controlled wine room. You walk in this big, massive door. To the right's the double garage. It's unbelievable on a block. There's the... How many houses you know you walk in and there's the cellar? Oh,
not many.
You were saying, well, our house. Oh, God, it's gobsmacked. And then to the right, there's the... Oh, God, I love this place.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah, the team at Beechwood Home has gone all out on that one, and they can't wait for you to experience Caliente. Open Saturday and Sundays, 1 till 4:30 at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigieburn Farm.
Go to it. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood Home.
Sunday at 7.
That was the one. You're going to win the show.
Who is the voice superstar coach Tones and I falls in love with?
The easiest decision of my life. I think I might have just saved the winner of The Voice.
You, The Voice, Sunday at 7 on 7.
With Big Difference Home Improvements, you can make a big difference to your next family gathering, your next Christmas lunch, or your next quiet time. Just you, a nice book, favourite bevy, and a place to relax. Big Difference Home Improvements make all the difference when it comes to outdoor blinds and roller shutters, verandas, pergolas, carports, or a stunning timber deck. Ask the Big D team for a free measure and quote today. Don't just make a difference, make a big difference. Visit bigdifference.com.au.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Since 1985, we've been helping Adelaide Hills locals achieve exceptional property results. Now we're proud to again have a place to call home in the hills. Our new office at 50 Mount Barker Road, Stirling, means our trusted advice, strategic expertise and personalised service are now even closer to the Adelaide Hills community. Whether you're buying, selling or simply looking for property advice, we're here to help. Visit us at Mount Barker Road, Stirling, or learn more at toop.com.au.
35 years of down-to-earth family service, backed by modern premises, means you can rely on Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's right on 5:30, just before we get to the headlines.
Hot off the press.
And we apologise to our newsroom. This might take a minute. So the AFL and the AFLPA have just released a statement. So this is
a joint statement.
6 o'clock Eastern. So they've taken all business hours to get this done. But the AFL and the PA have put out a statement with a few paragraphs. We'll get to the middle bit because this is the most important bit. The AFL and AFL Players Association are aware of a complex and unique case in which a Geelong player was cleared as fit to play following an assessment by an AFL concussion panel. The player then signed a letter acknowledging the potential risk and sought to waive some potential future legal rights, which was not lodged with or approved by the AFL or the AFL Players Association.
Well, that's big. That's big.
Geelong has advised the AFL today that the waiver in the letter will be removed, noting that the player continues to acknowledge potential risks. The AFL is satisfied that the letter was not used by Geelong to allow a medically unfit player to return to play.
All right. Okay. Well, that's ended up storming the
So does that mean it's a current player then, the way it reads?
Yes.
It sounds like it, yes.
It is.
Yep.
So a bit like what I said, if you do a AFL contract, and you and I have both dealt with them, with our sons and ourselves, it's got to go through a whole lot of
eyeballs or chain of command.
Right. So I said, did I not? This would be something to the side of it that someone's signed, whether it was a deed or just a letter, and that's clearly what it is. So storm and teacup, move on, nothing to look at here. They're going to screw it up and play on.
Yep. So the AFL have put out that statement. You can read it online. It'll be available, and we'll go through more of that in the next half hour.
I said this was going to be the biggest story since the peptides.
It's all good. It's all good. Time for the 5:30 headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show. Real Goodings with Stacey Lee, 5AA Breakfast.
Stacey has spent her entire career hassling politicians on North Terrace. Stacey will become Speaker.
Oh, you will be getting dressed up and a beautiful wig.
Oh, they bowed to me? How's this? Order! The member for West Torrens.
You're out.
Will Goodings with Stacey Lee.
I've wanted to do that for a while, and don't come back. This was powerful. I like it.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the news headlines. 2 workers have been taken to hospital after today's massive sulphur fire at a fertiliser plant in Port Adelaide. The fire has now been extinguished. Make safe choices and decisions. That's the message from SAPOL as they kick off a new road safety blitz. One Nation says it would end skilled migration scams, arguing there needs to be an overhaul of who should be allowed into the country. And in sport, Live Golf has secured an unnamed investor to keep the competition alive next year. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Evening there. Roads are looking too bad for the drive home. Touchwood, we're accident breakdown free at the moment. Simply some pretty busy spots for this time of night. Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Also slow the Britannia roundabout at Rose Park. And South Road really slow, pretty well all the way from Torrensville, Theberton, all the way through to Edwardstown and Karratha Park. Cameras, Days Road, Regency Park and Fraser Avenue at Happy Valley. It's the 40 Winks sleep event of the year. Get up to 50% off mattresses and up to 30% off furniture, plus free local delivery for a limited time only. 40 Winks, serious about sleep. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy down to 7 tonight, showers increasing tomorrow 19. Right now it's 14 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Wearing the wrong bra feels a bit like walking around with your shoes on the wrong feet. Uncomfortable, distracting and oddly normal. Until you finally experience the perfect fit and comfort at the Lingerie Company. We've been fitting women of every age, shape and size for over 30 years. From first bras to forever favourites. We know what works for your body. It's not just about size. It's about shape, comfort and how you should always feel. Comfortable. The Lingerie Company. Shop 36 in Mitcham Shopping Centre.
Retirement should be about holidays or buying that better bottle of wine. AFM Wealth Strategy helps people enjoy retirement without the constant fear of running out. Their independent advice shows you how your money can last your lifetime, living well along the way. For a worry-free retirement, you need to plan now. Get in touch with AFM Wealth Strategy, an authorised representative of Independent Financial Advisors Australia, AFSL 464629.
Are you tired of scrolling through countless websites trying to plan your next holiday? The local travel experts at Spark Travel are just a call away, ready to listen, guide and handcraft the perfect getaway for you.
My first advice, go to a travel agency, go to Spark. They know it. They've been there and they've done it and they'll help you and they'll make your holiday so good. It's based right here in Adelaide. It's on King William Street. Spark Travel, proudly local with plenty of experience helping South Aussies turn travel dreams in reality. I'm sick of Jody sitting on the couch going, oh, look, such and such is in London, such and such is in Paris.
Especially this time of year. They're all in Europe.
38 degrees. Spark will get you there. Honestly, their personal approach makes every journey simple, comfortable and stress-free. You don't want to be away and miss a connection on a flight or a train. You don't want to be away and the hotel's crap. You look out the window, hello, that's not what I saw in the brochure, because they've been there. From leisurely day trips to spectacular international getaways, they'll make sure your holiday starts the right way.
So reach out today for a chat and start planning your next getaway with Spark Travel, where every journey begins with a conversation. Call 8876 5121 or visit sparktravel.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Colac Port Adelaide is a shining beacon of hospitality, flavour and atmosphere at the port. Colac Port Adelaide, number 1, Santo Parade. Book now.
Did you know that 1 in 7 Australians are affected by depression? That's why CMAX is on a mission to advance treatments and needs your support. If you're aged between 18 and 65 and generally healthy, you're invited to take part in a clinical trial for depression research. If eligible, you'll spend 10 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend 1 follow-up visit and get paid for your time. Ready to make an impact? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3 Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Campo in for Timmy this week. He's back on Monday. Rowey and Campo taking you through. We have plenty to come. Team selection with Riley O'Brien, who'll be set to join the Crows AFL side this weekend at 5:50. He'll be in the studio with us. And we'll speak AFLW as well after 6 o'clock with both the Port Adelaide coach and Glenn Strawn and Courtney Croming, their assistant coach of the Crows. And your calls 822 300 00.
It's a bit in-house and you shouldn't talk about it because it's after 3, but we've just necked a bottle of 22 Grange. I've got a taste for it.
We've had a tipple.
Oh, well, one glass. You can say that. Sam's looking at
We
the
did the Leaf
sideways.
Forest tasting.
Yeah.
We did.
You're responsible broadcasters. Come on.
Let me tell you, there might be a little Montepulciano slip down my tonsils later tonight. Montepulciano.
Okay.
Try saying that after a few Granges.
Anyway, hey, it's getting serious. I love our Reds, you know that. Timmy, massive fan. Our Reds coach is Ayrton and Andrioli. Did I get that right?
Anton Andrioli.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
How many Granges do you have?
We've got a massive game coming up. Ayrton, how are you?
I'm good, guys. Good to talk to you. I already got my name correct there, so that's the main thing. It's more important than the game.
Well, I thought I did, Ayrton. Anyway, I'm going to start right here. Now, I love our season last year under you with our first year. What in God's name happened versus South Melbourne?
Yes, we are a bit disappointed, obviously, with the result of that game. But it's one of those things, I mean, it can happen in a situation like this. I mean, I would say that they probably about 50 to 60 games ahead of us. They've been playing at the end of the season. And we just didn't have that feel of playing, consecutively every week and, the feeling for the game that you do have. Unfortunately, we're early in the season. I'm not trying to make excuses because in the end of the day, we prepared to win the match. We wanted to be in that cup, not just to maybe have a chance to win it, but also to help us preparing for the up-and-coming season. But, look, unfortunately, it didn't go our way. They were just a little bit sharper, better on the night than we were. And then we had a good chat about the boys regarding this, and hopefully we can use that in a positive way for this up-and-coming game that's happening next week. So we've got to put that behind us, which we did, and now the focus and concentration goes to next Tuesday.
And that's probably the bigger one. Let's face it, Cog and Hanoi. It's on Tuesday. I'll be out there watching that one. We'll get a massive crowd. This is the championship, the Asian one that you want to do very well in, Ayrton, I would imagine, as a club.
I think it's massive. It's really important. And that, again, just to reiterate the achievement that we had last season, finishing second, put us in this situation. We are in the Champions League. But obviously this game now, this knockout game, give us the opportunity to be in that elite group of teams. And that's what we want to be as a club. From many regards, from the point of view of developing the younger players and having a team that can experience that sort of environment, doing well in Asia. I think it's got so many things that to look forward to. And as I said, I mean, we are in the Champions League, but we want to make it into that elite competition, which is going to be, massive for us.
And I mean, a really positive first season for yourself, excuse me, and the group. What's the biggest area you've challenged the group over the pre-season to get better?
I think that the challenge for us is now, obviously, we've done really well next season, but now we have to get up again and go up another level because, as you know, we always say to the boys that you learn from the past. You don't know tomorrow, but what you have is what's in front of you, the now, and we need to be consistently improving in that scenario with the mentality to do well with training, to come to train every day, not just to turn up, to train, to compete, to dominate in that environment. And then obviously that will help us to translate that into performance. It's something that we end up, we built that last season, and towards halfway through and towards the end, we were very strong. We got very close. We still feel extremely disappointed that we got to a semi-final and didn't make it to a grand final. So, I mean, we lost a couple of players. We recruited one or two, and the rest of the group is pretty much the same. So we want to build on that mentality. I think that the key thing is understanding that what we did was good, but now we need to go up another level in order to survive, because we're going to have, 2 competitions to play this season. It's going to be challenged, but, that's the challenge that we want, and that's what makes you grow as a club.
And so do you think that the group and the coaching group you further advanced tactically than what you perhaps were this time last year?
I think we got a better understanding. Obviously, this is sort of well-known that last year was, when we came in, was a whole new group of staff. The coaching staff was completely new, from SNC to assistant coaches to all the staff was new coming into the club. We had a number of players, influential players, leaving in a bit of a difficult time before the season kicked off. So, and we had many young players that had not yet established themselves in our club. They were sort of impact players that came on. So we managed then to build last year and be a consistent team on the team that not just play the football that we wanted to play, because I think it's very important that we stick to that, but we also were able to get results. And some of those young boys, went up a level. They got better. They established themselves. And the reason why you probably lost people like Yaya Dakuli and Luka Jovanovic, because they had a very good season, like other boys did. So I think for that reason now we have that sort of the basics or the foundation is there. It's just now, for me, is more the mentality. Can we go up a level? Can we be up for the challenge that's ahead of us in order to have another successful season?
Yeah, and the group, you're happy with the balance of experience and youth in the squad? And the second part of the question, Ayrton, is do you expect to add something to the squad before the transfer window closes?
Look, I mean, I think this is something that it's a reality. We obviously a club that places a lot of emphasis on young players, and then obviously when we do give opportunities to young players, many times we can get a positive surprise by these players standing up and proving that they are capable of playing at this level. So that's one aspect of the game. We got a few experienced players in the squad that we obviously need them for a number of reasons. The reasons for leading the young players and giving us that experience on the pitch. And in regards to bringing players in, look, we have to be very, very creative in the way we look at when we bring somebody in. We bring somebody in that probably is not going to block the pathway of some younger player. Can we go next level and bring somebody that can step into the team as a first 11, as a starter? That's probably a little bit unrealistic considering the landscape that we are in. So for that reason, we have to consider all these aspects and be creative in how we do things. But I'm not saying to you that we're not constantly looking, but we just have to be a bit more creative and be specific in the type of player that we want to bring in. And the second question is, can we bring them in from a financial perspective? So I think that's the picture and the reality of where we are at the moment.
Ayrton, have a great year. Have a great game on Tuesday. We'll be there. Good luck and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Nice talking to you again. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, well done, Ayrton and Rowey. Awa Mabil, we missed him.
Missed him as in we didn't sign him?
He's gone to Melbourne bloody City.
3 years.
Hate them.
Yeah, it's not good news, is it? Be better if it was with us. We're going to take a break. Geelong have also put a statement out in regards to this story that's been out today, so we might touch on that a little bit after 6, but there's some more detail in and around the concussion story which is broken, so stay up to date with us on 5AA. More of that to come. Team selection as well on the other side of this break with Riley O'Brien in the studio. He is back in the AFL side. Great to hear. We'll have all of them for Port and Crows next. Here's traffic.
Evening there. Roads not too bad at the moment, which is great. Accident and breakdown free. Busy in the usual spots. Sluggish at the moment. Greenhill Road at the Unley Road intersection. Tapley's Hill Road slow as you're approaching Anzac Highway, Glenelg North. And quite busy at the moment. The Britannia roundabout heading home through Rose Park. Cameras Marshall Terrace, Brooklyn Park and She Oak Road, Belair. Power up Android at Telstra. Discover great deals on the latest Android phones on Australia's best mobile network. Visit Telstra today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Our Undy Drive is back another year supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
And this year, there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including purchasing your own limited edition Undy Drive socks from roughsleeper.com.au.
It is that easy, Stacey, and don't forget you can still head to 5AAUndydrive.com.au at any time to donate.
All thanks to Rough Sleeper, Threads for Good, sustainable clothing, supporting Adelaide's homeless.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future, to build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Here's a great deal on your tyres. This month at City Discount Tyres, buy any 3 selected Yokohama Blue Earth tyres and get the 4th absolutely free. Engineered for fuel efficiency, a quieter cabin and a safer ride, these tyres work harder so you spend less. More kilometres, more value, more confidence every time you drive. Head to citydiscounttyres.com.au for this deal and more. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
Rob is in the studio and has a smile like a split watermelon, and he always says live between a 4 and a 6. I think he's a 10. Anyway, tomorrow's the day, folks. Thousands of South Aussies will come together for Hutt Street Centre, walk a mile in my boots. Oh, God, this is a great organisation, raising vital funds and awareness for people experiencing homelessness. And it's bloody sad when you see these snoozers lying on the road on concrete and, you know.
Yep, and
hate it.
We know right now more people than ever are turning to Hutt Street Centre for support, especially through winter, with something as simple as a warm meal or a hot shower can't be taken for granted.
Oh, God, down on Hutt Street, it's terrific. I love this organisation. Every step and every dollar raised helps Hutt Street Centre continue providing essential meals, support service, just an arm around the shoulder. Mate, you're going to be all right. We're going to look after you. And care for people doing it tough in our community.
Yeah, there's still time to get involved. Sign up, spread the word and walk tomorrow. And if you can't make it, remember every donation still makes a real difference.
No, it does, Campo. It's great. Step up to end homelessness. Register now or donate today at walkamile.org.au.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Rowey's.
So, visit Rowey's. And while you're there, join Rowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Rowey's.
It's landed at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the next generation Mazda CX-5. Built for wherever life leads, the CX-5 has it all. And right now, there's even more choice with run-out prices on selected current generation CX-5 models. No gimmicks here at Mawson Lakes Mazda, just the best customer support. However life leads you, there's a Mazda CX-5 ready to take you there. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Booking.com is the easiest way from counting down the minutes to flying where time doesn't matter. Go on. Book that trip. It's easy. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
9 minutes to 6. Teams are in. Another by Urban Swear Jar pledge. Riley O'Brien swears to deliver the latest Crows news and insights.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien.
You are the OG! Riley O'Brien!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Well, Riley O'Brien is in the team.
Wow.
Ronnie Philthorpe, second ruck. Dan Curtin, midfield.
Your prayers have been answered, Rowey.
Oh, they've been answered. Archie's back. Toby Murray's not the second ruck. Anyway, we'll stop there. Rob, welcome back, son. You ready?
That's good. I'm very ready. I'm, as I said before, off air, very excited to be talking about a game I'm actually playing in this week with you guys. So it's going to be good.
So McAndrew's rested. We know that. Jake Saligo's rested, managed, which is a strange one. We'll talk about that. Luke Nankervis, I like his form, injured. James Wallace with that hammy awareness. I think that's a good move. Just resty. Berry's back, Peatling's back, O'Brien's back, and Laird's back. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
You smash. You have a good. You do well against Nankervis.
Yeah, I love playing against Toby Nankervis. He's a competitor, and he's an absolute warrior of a ruckman, and it's always good playing against him. You know you're going to get, and it's going to be a attritional war against him, so it'll be good.
History can repeat. I'm going to share a story with you. There was a ruckman in 1997 that was left out all year.
Name? Oh, wait for it. Sorry.
And he got picked for the grand final in 1997 and won. Aaron Keaton.
Oh.
But he was ready. He had to be ready. So history can repeat. You're in the team now. You do well. Who's to say we still bring McAndrew back? Because I think he's had a terrific year.
He's had a great year, yeah.
You've been a big part of that. You've backed him in and supported him. I can't see where it couldn't be McAndrew and Rob.
Potentially. I've been pleading that case for a while with the coaches, so we're having conversations about that.
Well, they're clearly not listening, the clowns.
Yeah, not yet. But, yeah, it's a good chance to go out this week and play AFL footy and, I guess, remind myself and remind a few what I can do out there. So it should be good fun, and then we'll see what happens going forward.
The last game, Toby Murray played his second ruck, played 34% of the time. You gave all the stats. He went to, I think, six or seven ruck contests. I mean, please, give me a spell.
Can I ask you, Rob, what was the conversation going in? You don't have to go into complete detail, but did you know early in the week that this was a possibility? Was it last week heading into the Sandfield game? What the expectations are perhaps going into the game? Any of those sort of thoughts?
Yeah, chatting over the last few weeks, I was pretty sure it was going to be one of these last 2 weeks, the Essendon game or this game, and been trying to keep the form up and ready to go for that opportunity. So, I think everyone's getting a rest throughout the squad, as you've seen over the last couple of weeks, and to get us fresh for that back end of the year. So, looking forward to running out there again.
Well, and last week against Essendon and this week against Richmond, not super prep, you would imagine, for going into Fremantle, and that's not to be disrespectful to this week against Essendon, but was the messaging around finals habits, making sure they're at the absolute level, not to drop off based on the opposition that you're playing against? Because we hear, we respect the opposition, but, sometimes guys take some liberties around, I don't really have to sort of chase hard here because I know we're going to turn the ball over and I'll get that, or those sort of things creep in?
Yeah, 100%. You can't drop the ball at all, and it's about training those premiership behaviours in the way we go about it. We talk about that a lot, and we review even the weekend's game. We go through things pretty harshly on what we need to improve, and there's always areas we're trying to get better and better at. We're not just trying to get the win and tick that off. We're playing and we're training to be a team that can win premierships.
So the review after the Essendon game, I mean, you wiped the floor with them, 17 through the corridor, got 9 or 10 goals out of your back half. Like, how do the coaches assess that? Is it more based around role execution and doing the things at the right time rather than, scoreboard and those sort of things?
Yeah, there was still some talk about how we're moving the ball, particularly in certain modes, our game modes, going out of that back half. So a bit of reviewing on that, and then also our ability to handle the pressure early. So just those marginal gains you can make, even from a game that was pretty comfortable in the end last week, but there's always marginal gains to be made with an eye towards being able to beat teams like FIVEAA and in finals.
I'll wrap you back, Rob, and that's just because it's favouritism that you're in here. Sam Berry, you understand he's going to get his spot back. Rory Laird's another one. The interesting one for me is Jake Saligo. He doesn't need to be managed. He's listed as managed. He needs to be played. Why the hell is he managed?
I'm not. I think on the back of back-to-back 6-day breaks between last week's game and then going into
he's bloody
travel.
22.
Yeah.
And he hasn't played a lot.
He's not the high performer.
I haven't had a chat to the sports scientists this week and to the coaches.
Yeah, but you're a doctorate of whatever.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure on that one. I'm not across it, but he obviously had some stuff at the start of the year, and just give him a rest.
That appears to me is they can't make the call to drop him.
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I don't want you to comment, but that's how I look at that. You've got to be strong enough to say, no, you drop. You're not doing well enough. Peatling in for Saligo. I would have gone for Saligo. Saligo needs to play.
Yeah, I'd imagine
needs
he'll
to
be
play.
in.
He doesn't need to be managed. Campo.
Yeah, you can look at it both ways. Is he carrying something that we don't know about? Is he sore?
That's the only preface I would make.
Well, then, yeah, you'd like to think that they're brave enough to say that if he's omitted, he's omitted.
I think he'll be back in next week, Rowey, I reckon. So I don't think he's been
Fantastic. Well, I
omitted.
hope you're right. So Ball Ace is out. We know Nick Murray's not in, and we also know Butts isn't in. So is Dawson going to sneak back?
Good question, mate. He's got that string in his bow, doesn't he? So
he's got a few strings in his bow. He's got a big bow.
How big's their forward line this week? They got obviously big Tom Lynch
they got
and Lafau as
that's
well.
probably
Two tools.
Max will probably play a little.
Yeah, Joshy Warren wanted to play on someone this week, so I'll be into him. Nah, I'll be into him about that. He wants to play as a key. He can play as a key defender, so he can
want to
certainly
win the
do
first
that.
set of bounce now.
Have you heard the word?
Zipping in.
Many a true word is said in jest. You said that in jest.
Nah, I was only in jest. He's been great back there, so but he might have to play. He can play taller, so alongside Keeney.
You don't believe the words that just came out your mouth.
What's that?
That he can play taller.
Josh can defend. Absolutely.
You'll just give Max Michael a little nudge and say, just take my man for a minute.
Potentially, yeah. He might hand over.
But Josh Worrell's strength is to be that third man in. Josh Worrell's strength is to read the ball. He's like Stewart for Geelong. He's our Stewart.
Well, he was arguably the best player in the competition last year doing it.
God, I loved him.
Yeah.
He's stiff on All-Australian last year. I thought.
Very stiff.
Anyway.
And his captain was stiff, not being the All-Australian captain as well, but that's another story.
Yeah.
Riley Thilthorpe, we were, I guess, not worried about him, but form and to get him back into form, he clunked the ball on the weekend. Was it no surprise that he was in that second ruck?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good one, isn't it, Rowey? He's been calling for that.
Yeah. You did it all last year.
It certainly gets you involved in the game, especially when up forward you're a bit dependent on the ball coming to you and what everyone else is doing. So to be able to have that freedom to roam around and play as a ruckman, he's so fit. His engine's so good. He can do it very, very well. And he's had copped some flack this year, Filthy, because he set such a high bar last year, obviously being probably the number one forward in the comp, and he still played really well, but probably not to that standard. And it was good to see him last week just tear the game apart, and hopefully that's a stepping stone towards doing that for the rest of the year and into finals.
You're such a team, Matt. Like, you're back in the team. You've had to fight hard. How are you feeling? Are you a 10 or still is a 4 to a 6?
I'm at the upper end of my scale, which is a 6 out of 10.
I love that.
It's good.
I love it.
You say being you, Rob.
Very measured, mate. I'm trying to be a good mentor to you, so I don't want to get too high.
Hey.
A few clips tonight.
You know, when you're a mentor, the person that you're giving the info has to receive it.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
I'm not listening to you, mate.
Open up the ears.
I'm a 1 or a 10.
Love it. Hopefully a 10 after this weekend. We'll see how we go.
Rob, glad you're back, mate. Well done.
Well done.
Thanks,
Time
boys.
for the 6 o'clock news. The Bioban Swear Jar is about their pledge to do everything possible to make your bathroom or kitchen renovation experience the best it can possibly be, and they swear by it at bioban.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
Up to the minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy down to 7 tonight. Showers increasing tomorrow 19. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The toxic fire at Port Adelaide today has now been extinguished. A shed at a fertiliser plant housing 30,000 tonnes of sulphur went up in flames late morning, prompting evacuations. 2 workers have been taken to hospital. MFS Chief Officer Jeff Swan says the fire may be out, but their job is far from over.
Firefighters will remain on scene overnight, conducting thermal imaging assessments of the area to manage hotspots and also conduct atmospheric monitoring throughout the area. MFS will continue operations until they are satisfied there is no risk to public safety or the community.
Serial killer James Vlasakis' bid for parole next week will be a closed hearing. Parole Administrative Review Commissioner David Lovell says he's carefully considered the matter and decided not to allow members of the media to attend, maintaining the status quo. The state government is fighting the release of the youngest bodies in the barrels killer, who has served longer than his 26-year non-parole period. The matter will be heard on Wednesday. Police are seeking the assistance from the public to identify a suspect in a deception investigation. Between July 11 and 15, an elderly woman was allegedly deceived into handing over cash after receiving phone calls, and a suspect then attending at her home address at Keswick. The man is described as being of Indian subcontinental appearance, with an olive complexion, short, of a skinny build, wearing a North Face navy zip-up jacket and black pants. The opposition maintains the federal government needs to change its gambling bill to win its support. Labor is seeking to limit the number of wagering ads that can be shown on TV, radio and online. The legislation is currently friendless in the Senate, with the Coalition and the Greens both seeking amendments. Deputy Liberal leader Jane Hume says there are significant issues that need to be addressed.
We'd also like to see some control over the inducements that some of these online gambling agencies and companies are using to essentially entice people to maintain their problem gambling addiction.
The lineup for next year's Sounds by the River has been announced. Jimmy Barnes will headline the concert on January 9 at the Mannum Golf Club. Also on the bill, John Stevens, Baby Animals and Eskimo Joe. Now turning to 5AA sport, and the teams are in for round 22. Port Adelaide has made one change for Saturday's clash with the Swans, which will be game number 100 for Jason Horne-Francis. Tom Anastasopoulos replaces Jack Watkins, who comes out with a hamstring injury. The Crows have made 4 changes for the clash against Richmond at Adelaide Oval on Saturday night. Rory Laird returns to the lineup after missing the past 3 matches with a low-grade syndesmosis injury. James Peatling and Sam Berry also come back into the side after missing last week's match against Essendon due to respective hip, groin and foot injuries. Ruckman Riley O'Brien rounds out the inclusions as he returns for his second AFL match of the season. He's told 5AA it's fantastic news.
I'm very ready. I'm, as I said before, off air, very excited to be talking about a game I'm actually playing in this week with you guys. So it's going to be good.
Tonight it's the Western Bulldogs and North Melbourne at Marvel. The game will be live on 5AA. And Live Golf has secured a lead investor to safeguard its existence until 2030. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Evening there, roads are going really good for the run home tonight. We're accident breakdown free. That is nice for a change, that's for sure. Busy in the usual spots, as you'd expect. South Road through Glandore and Edwardstown. Tapley's Hill Road, busy at Glenelg North approaching Anzac Highway. And we're looking pretty chockers at Fullerton Road at Dulwich for the drive home too. Camera, Port of Expressway, Gilman's to look out for. Join Revo Fitness from just $9.69 per week for 24/7 access to every gym across Australia. Join Revo Fitness today. Search REVO Fitness. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy down to 7 tonight. Showers increasing for your Friday, 19. Saturday showers, 17. Sunday rain and 15. Right now it's 13 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
I'm Karen from Alfred James. Families invite us into their lives at one of the most emotional times they'll ever experience. It's something I never take for granted. Every conversation is personal. Every family is different. And every farewell deserves to reflect the person being remembered. Helping families through that journey is a privilege. Alfred James Funerals. Honouring the life they lived, supporting the family they love. 8369 1788.
Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
There's lots to love about learning just about anything you want with WEA. Just name it. And remember, it's real-time, face-to-face learning, so you'll always get answers to your questions. WEA has 22 language courses on offer and over 80 cooking and wine appreciation courses. Or maybe learn about subdividing land and property development, gardening, music and performing arts for hobbies. For face-to-face learning you'll love, visit wea-sa.com.au.
If you're chasing real financial independence, real training and a real future, apply for an underground mining job with Burncut.
The opportunity that Burncut have given me and continue to grow within the company is incredible. The culture, I think, is one of the best. Everyone's super friendly. It comes down from your senior project managers to your truckies. We all treat each other exactly the same.
Real financial independence, real training and a real future. Apply now at burncut.com. Barbara Streisand. Her music and life come alive in The Way We Were. Starring award-winning singer-songwriter, performer and storyteller Melinda Schneider. Melinda brings to life hits like You Don't Bring Me Flowers, Evergreen, Woman in Love and many more. Saturday, August 8 at Her Majesty's Theatre. For tickets, go to thewaywewere.com.au.
Matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA.
Vehicle damaged? Remember 3Ps. Pro Paint and Panel. They'll take care of everything, including insurance.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 6, a big half hour here coming up. We're going to speak to AFLW coaches for across both Port Adelaide and the Crows. Courtney Cramey coming up from Adelaide and Glenn Strawn, the new head coach for Port Adelaide, in just a moment. But the news that's been breaking in the last 40 minutes or so is an AFL statement that dropped in regards to the concussion yarn that came out today and Geelong, the cover-up that has been happening, and the Cats have now put out a statement as well. So we'll go through just quickly what the AFL said at the end of theirs. They said the AFL and the AFLPA will advise clubs that any proposed arrangements that impact on players' legal rights and protections will be required to be notified to and approved by the AFL and AFLPA. So really,
of course they have.
Nothing's happened. They're just going to send out a note to the clubs. And the Geelong Football Club, through Steve Hocking, their CEO, has said the club will remove the waiver outlined in the letter, noting that the player continues to acknowledge potential risks. At the time, the club was involved in extensive discussions with a player, their family and representative in relation to that player's concussion history. Those discussions, including medical advice from the club's medical chief officer and the AFL concussion panel, were documented in the letter signed by the player. No direction was given requiring the player to medically retire, and the club was not attempting to vary the terms of the AFL standard playing contract or attempt to avoid its responsibilities under health and safety laws. That last one gets me because in the AFL statement, it does say that it was a letter signed acknowledging the potential risk and sought to waive some potential legal future rights. So one says one says the other.
That's exactly right. And this is typical of the AFL. It's a negotiated outcome. So at the start of the show, it turned out to be, wow, what's the sanction going to be for them? It's turned into a
memo.
Storm in a teacup and a memo. Now, what I'll add to that, if that was the Crows, they'd be deregistered. Now, that's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I know that.
But you know what I mean? I can't help but think we've got a lot of texts coming through. Typical VFL. If it was a non-Victorian club, they would have thrown the book at them. Geelong do get away with a lot. And last I looked, the president of Geelong at the time was, and the chairman of the AFL Commission now is, do 1 and 1 equal 2? He had his fingerprints and paws all over this. Now, I'll be very careful here because this could be very dangerous grounds, the shade of grey, but give me a bloody spell. Can you do Port Adelaide's team? We're getting a lot of people saying, what's Port Adelaide's team?
One change for Port Adelaide. Jack Watkins goes out, of course, with that injury. So Tomanastasopoulos returns for AFL football. That's great. Just the one move.
And again, Berry's in, Peatling's in. Riley O'Brien is back with Rory Laird and out Saligo managed. I find a head scratch of that. Luke Nankervis, Lockie McAndrews managed, which I think is a good call, and James Borlace. Hey, the AFLW season launch is tonight. Port Adelaide, AFLW team round 1 clash is against Fremantle on August the 16th. Their coach is Glenn Strawn. Glenn, thanks for your time.
Hello, gents. Thanks for having me.
Double thumbs up for your pre-season?
Yeah, it's been great. Yep, we have had 4 really good trial games and, happy to now get to the end of pre-season and into round 1.
What were your team work-ons or focuses this off-season?
Yeah, probably just, I guess, culminating some of the work that the team has already put in place, so their contest, and now we're starting to chase just some team defence, and we're still looking to play a really attacking game, but just balance it with a bit more defensive structure.
So if I was to tell you to tell me, are you a defensive coach or an attacking coach? How would you answer that?
Oh, good question. I would say probably more defensive, just in the way that I like setting things up. But at the same time, I think it's hard to beat, especially in AFLW. I think it's hard to beat being able to score. So the best teams seem to do that pretty well.
That's exactly right, because I was going to say, I'm sick of hearing coaches say, the best attack comes from defence. Pig's ass. I'm glad you said that,
it's
Glenn.
nice balancing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn, how would you describe the style of footy you're going to play? I know you just touched on it a little bit, but what can the supporters expect to see when they either come down to Albany or watch it on the TV?
Yeah, hopefully they see a really tough brand of footy. So I think contest is something that our group's really, really strong in and have been for a while. But we're looking to still play a real powerful, exciting brand, and hopefully we can sort of couple that with, the exciting offense that I think all the fans want to see. So, we're just going to try and work on our contest, and hopefully that'll allow us to, score at the other end as well. And
you came from Carlton. What pushed you into the opportunity, I guess, to be a senior coach?
I felt like I'd had a great experience at Carlton and something that I was and will be forever grateful for. But I felt like it was probably the right time for me to coach my own team and try and put in place some of the things that I've learned over, 20-odd years, as we all do in footy. So, it just felt like the time was right for me and my family.
Do you feel like you've got the list ready to challenge for a finals campaign?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I'm sure, like every team sitting here this time of the year, talking or hoping that they get to November. I feel like we've got a really exciting young group where we're pretty young, but we're also experienced. A lot of the younger players have played plenty of games now. So, hopefully we can, play some good footy throughout the year. And if we get there at the end, that'd be great.
Give us some of those exciting prospects you've got coming through.
Well, I think if you watch any of our games, people like Shanae Goody, Ella Heads, obviously Indy Tahoe, like these players who are probably some of those that I'm talking about, where they're still quite young, sort of under 23, but they've played a fair bit of footy now, and we're really grateful to have them in our program, and I'm sure they're really grateful to be a part of it too. And then we've got, like, both my vice captains this year are 21, so Sachi Simon, Emily Borg, they're obviously great leaders, great people. And then most people would know Matilda Scholes, who played for Australia on the weekend, and that was great for her. But she's obviously a great player of the competition already and still looking to get better, which works for me.
In our competition, we tend to copy, and why wouldn't you? If someone's won a flag, you go, well, how'd they do that? And how do we beat them? North Melbourne, undefeated. What do you take from there? Because we're all chasing them, aren't we, Glenn?
Yeah, they've obviously been a great team for a long time, and there's definitely parts of their game that I admire, and then there's also parts that, when you do play them, and we won't play them in the regular season, but there's parts of their game that you look at and, can we expose that? But I think you do that for all other teams, where you look at what they're great at, and if you play them, try and take that away, and then, you look at maybe where you can try and get them and go after those things too.
Do you look at Josh Carr in the seniors, and do you work with him? Do you use him as a sounding board and think, well, I'd like the AFLW women's team and the men's team. I know they're not different games, but they are different. You'd like to emulate what he's trying to build, and he's been building from the back? Yeah,
I love what he's done this year. I think
we do too.
Yeah, he's built a really strong defensive brand, and I know the defenders coach Luke Webster pretty well, and so I've had great chats with those guys and sort of lent on them and kind of, tried to get into a little bit of their philosophy and how they train and, why they do certain things. And you're right, it's slightly different, but it's also still the same game in many aspects. So, definitely trying to learn a little bit from them and what they do. But I think you take parts of everything you see, really. Like, you're trying to work out what's going to work for you best. So, yeah.
Well, Glenn, we wish you all the best. Season launch tonight, AFLW 11th season. Cannot believe that. We love how the team finished late last year. Roll on from that. You'll add your little spark to it, I'm sure. Glenn, thanks for your time and all the best for the season.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good work, Port's AFLW coach Glenn Strawn.
All right, we'll speak to the Crows with Courtney Cramey straight after this.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by. With 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Walco are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover.
Can't wait to see your future home? Let's bring your vision to life. Visit one of Rossdale Homes' many display villages across Adelaide and the Hills. Explore our stunning layouts, finishes, and our latest designs for inspiration. Whether it's single-storey, two-storey, split-level, or even a custom build, our friendly Rossdale team is here to answer all your questions. For open times and locations, visit rossdalehomes.com.au. Rossdale Homes, your local SA builder, because trust is a must.
I love going to school. I've made lots of friends. Our teachers help us to grow, and they make learning lots of fun. We all feel included, safe and happy. Everyone's welcome at a Catholic school. This Catholic Schools Open Week, book your tour at cesa.catholic.edu.au and you'll see why I love my school too. August 17 to 23. Join Catholic Schools Open Week. Open to all.
Building or renovating? Fridge or washer given up? Check out the Harvey Norman Clearance Centre today. 919 Marion Road, Marion. Big brand cooking and laundry appliances, TVs, fridges, washers, dryers, ovens, cooktops and even the kitchen sink. Factory seconds, ex-display, overstocks, refurbished, carton damage and new lines. Stock arriving weekly. All stock comes with a manufacturer's warranty. Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
So you live on the gazillionth floor of an apartment building, and you were told no flies up here, mate. Guess what? They're wrong. Flies, mozzies, and even birds. How do you keep them out? How do you keep your pets in? Phantom Screens, that's how. Phantom Screens have retractable screen solutions for almost any situation. Single doors, sliding doors, stackers, you name it. Keep the creepy crawlies out and let the fresh air in. phantomscreens.com.au. Phantom Screens. Now you see it. Now you don't.
A pedicure should feel good. And at Medi-Pedi, it does from the ground up. Medi-Pedi combines the indulgent touch of beauty therapy with the trusted skills of podiatry, creating Adelaide's first medical pedicure. It's a treatment like no other. Your feet expertly cared for by a podiatrist, then pampered by one of Medi-Pedi's trained beauty therapists. With 4 Adelaide locations, including the new North Adelaide Clinic, book now at medipediclinics.com.au. Medi-Pedi. Feel good from the ground up.
Kia, a new breed of hybrid. Meet Kia's turbo hybrid SUV range. The award-winning Sportage, the 7-seat Sorrento, and the leader of the pack, the Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Go beyond fuel savings and experience turbocharged hybrid performance today. Kia, a new breed of hybrid.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Car accident? You should have the freedom to choose your trusted repairer. Choose Pro Paint and Panel.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 20 minutes after 6. Courtney Cramey to join us very shortly, and then we'll head to Thursday night footy over in Melbourne. Plenty to come with the Bulldogs and North Melbourne taking place tonight. We'll take your calls as well, 8223 300 00.
Yeah, I like this one, and I love Dirk's comments. He gets to the point all the time on the back of this concussion and this little side deal that happened between Geelong and the AFL. Do they grow wet lettuce on these farms down at Geelong Way? That is a good text. They've been hit again, Geelong, with the wet lettuce. Hello, Steve.
Hello. Would you just say Geelong got hit with a wet lettuce?
Geelong got hit again with a wet lettuce. That was from Dirk Harwood.
I reckon it was a bit soggy too. I just you guys earlier on sort of deflected that it wasn't that bad, and I've just heard them talking about it on Channel 7 News. Mate, this is so bad. This is so bad. If they've let someone waive the stuff around concussion, Gil McLachlan would have had a hand in it because it's the AFL. They would have known about it. The guy who used to be at Geelong, who is now part of the big end of town at AFL House, We got slugged how many draft picks and fines and careers ruined out of Kurt Tippett sending a fax. We've got Brett Chalmers who got told off for sending a fax to someone saying he only wanted to be drafted by Port Adelaide or something along those lines. And yet, time after time, Essendon got absolutely murdered over the peptide issue, which I still don't think was a knee-jerk reaction to a government announcement. And these guys here, after you look at what happened to poor old Spud, and there was a young lad, an ex-Hawthorn player. I just can't think of his name offhand, who had the same issue, and lots of other players. This is tantamount to actual points being withdrawn and some massive fines. You cannot, under any circumstances, waive over concussion, especially with all the studies in Australia and that doctor who pioneered in the NFL to stamp out concussion as well.
Yeah, Steve, thank you. We're hard up against the time. Can I say this without being too litigious and getting a letter from the AFL or getting smashed? Mr. Craig Drummond was the then president of Geelong when this went through the board, that he would have had to have known, been aware of, ratified and signed and said, yep, let's do it. He is now the chairman of the commission of the AFL. Now, at the very least, that's a conflict of interest. At the very least, if he was to be able to preside over this joint statement by the AFL and the AFLPA, I think that is a conflict of interest when this man was the president of Geelong when this was passed. Now, I want to hear that part of it, because for all of us that are sitting here going, still the VFL, Geelong, how do they get away with having wet letters? Our text line's gone ballistic. If that was the Crows, we'd have been deregistered. Now, that's over the top. Of course we wouldn't. But I want to see a bit more of this, because something smells a little bit like an anchovy.
All right.
Do they smell?
They can.
I like eating them.
It's a bit like Tuggers with his tuna in the studio.
Oh, you
wasn't a good choice.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good choice.
We have to get to our next guest. 24 minutes after 6.
Well, next weekend, the AFLW season 11 starts. It's the season launch tonight, and joining us is Crows assistant Courtney Cramey. Courtney, welcome.
Rowey, Campo, thanks for having me.
Hey, is it double thumbs up for the off-season for the club?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a real big hit out. It seems like so long in W until it comes around again. So we're all looking forward to the season launch tonight and to get started on Sunday week against Sydney down at Unley Oval.
Yeah, well, you haven't lost at Unley Oval, have you?
No, we haven't. It's a great spot down there. The families on the hill, overwatching the hills and the city. It's a great venue. You
better be careful with this answer, Courtney. Norwood Oval was pretty good to you guys too.
No, it has been, Roy. It's a great venue. We're sticking with the one this year and trying to just consolidate all those venues in W to ensure that the fans know where they're going.
Well done. Unley Oval, Sunday, Sydney. Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
I thought it was Sunday. I thought I got that right. That's next week. Hey, what have been the work-ons with new coach Ryan Davis, and how's he fitted into the groove?
Yeah, it's been really exciting. Obviously, you would know from your time, Rowey and Campo in the coaching days that, you know, when a new coach comes on board, it whips everyone into gear. So they're putting their best foot forward and wanting to make an impression and, selection dramas will be around the corner for us as a coaching panel shortly, but they've all put in a great pre-season and everyone's fit and firing and ready to go.
And is there a noticeable difference in the game style that Ryan wants to implement? You know, obviously Doc Clark was there for a while. Is there a noticeable difference that he's going to bring?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Ryan hails from the Brisbane Lions and they play a fast, exciting brand of footy, and you'll see a little bit more of that in how we want to move the ball. And, of course, in terms of our defence, just ensuring that we collectively defend as a team more so.
Yeah, and you're now coaching the back line. You were doing the midfield. Exciting change or just something to help your development as well?
Yeah, no, it's an exciting change. I mean, I've been coaching the mids at the club for the last 5 seasons now, so to move into a different line and develop my coaching and get to know more intimately a different cohort of players has been really exciting. I mean, Chelsea Bedell is just a stalwart of the back line, and to get up and close and personal with her and get to know her a little more around what makes her tick and how she can improve her game has been really exciting.
And do you then go into the midfield line meeting, then, Courtney, and then give them some feedback if they don't slide back and help defensively?
Absolutely. Don't worry, we're always talking about that. But, no, Kieran Strawn, our sample captain, is coaching the midfield this year, and he's a really exciting coach and love having Big Strawn around. He's bringing a bunch of energy to the girls, and they all get around him.
Well, and you mentioned the other Chelsea, but Chelsea Randall's obviously retired. What a player she's been for not only the AFLW, but for you guys at Adelaide. That's a big void to fill.
Oh, absolutely. She's been a stalwart of the competition. I mean, Chelsea's done so many amazing things for our game around the country, been there since 2017 when W first started, and she's just one of those courageous players that you love to watch. And, she's had an outstanding career and done a lot for our footy club. We actually have 9 new players this season, so it's a fair refresh from our list and our point of view. So we're really excited to see what some of our new draftees can bring. And, I mean, the evolution of the game, it's just growing, and these kids are coming in and getting drafted and ready to go. So someone like Chloe Bounds, definitely one to watch. Out of Vic Metro, she's just finds the ball, knows the game, and really exciting to see how her career pans out.
Have you noticed since you've played now to here, it's 11 seasons, the recruits now have good footy IQ?
Yeah, absolutely, Roy. I mean, they're picking up a footy at Auskick level, and there's no break in that pathway. So they're playing footy until they get drafted, and you can absolutely see just their fundamentals of the game have gone to a new level, and their footy IQ and understanding where to go, what to do. It's been unreal to see the evolution of the game in W.
We play North round 11. It's a 12-round season. Let's face it, we're all chasing North Melbourne, undefeated last year. How do you close the gap, and what of their game has your new coach and you coaches taken?
Yeah, I mean, North are an amazing side. They're the ones to chase for sure, and I was actually lucky enough on the weekend to coach with Darren Crocker in the Australian Island game.
Oh, good.
And he's just a genuine top guy and knows his stuff. And you can see the connection that he has with his playing group is really strong. So, they're the ones to chase. They've come from a really good list build when they first came into the competition through expansion. And, they've got some key talented players which are really hard to stop, but we'll keep chasing them. Jasmine Garner and Talia Randall and Ash Riddell, you just have to go to work on your craft and continue to get better year on year, which our girls have.
And you mentioned the Australian Island game, Courtney. You were part of that. It was a fantastic experience. Looked great, come up well on the TV. And then there was obviously one that the girls was for a push to play one in Ireland.
Yeah, I'll be putting my hand up for that one next year, that's for sure. No, it was a fantastic experience. I mean, to bring the best of the best around the country together, and we have over 50 Irish playing in the competition in W, so it's just outstanding numbers, and they come with a great skill set, like their ability to change direction, their speed that they bring, and obviously all the foot skills and so forth are very similar to their game. So, it was a fantastic spectacle, and, I was coaching the mids on the weekend, and you look up and you've got Georgie Prasparkas, Ash Riddell, Jasmine Gardner as your starting mids with Matilda Scholes. It's a pretty unreal experience.
Yeah, no, it would have been. And you had a good final hit out versus the Power. Both teams probably had some key players out on the back of that, but you got a good look at perhaps what that first team might look like?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for some of our young girls to get some more minutes into their legs. Obviously, with the international game, some of our experienced players rested for that game. But, it was a great opportunity. This season, we've had the privilege of playing 4 leading games to the season, which is a little different to previous seasons. We've only done the 2 trial matches. So, getting a genuine feel around how we want to play and what that looks like. And what the makeup of the team will look like come round 1 next weekend.
Courtney, have a great season. It is AFLW Season 11. It's the season launch tonight. Round 1, take on Sydney at Unley Oval. Tickets available at is Sydney Unley Oval Sunday week. And we look forward to it. Courtney, thanks for your time.
Cheers, Roy. Thanks, Campo.
Courtney Cromie, our guest.
Rowey and Timmy